Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Check, check. Oh, 1 2. Oh, 1 2.
A 1 2, a 1 2.
Come on in, y'all.
Hey, hey, hey. Yo, 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 yo. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Fry yo yippee yay yay. Fry yo yippee yay yay.
Yay, yay.
It's the last day. Fry yo yippee yay yay. It's the last day.
Buddy got bars.
Bars.
My mic sound right. 1 2, 1 2. Give me a check, buddy.
Check, check, 1 2. Is this thing on?
Yeah.
Sounding buttery, baby.
Buttery. All right. Radio's up, all systems go. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the DS.
Paul B, Buddi3 Da Gawd, all the chat chimers, all the ghost listeners, all the radio listeners. What's going on with you this morning? It is Friday, June 16th, 2023. Final day of season 5.
Man.
For First Sky Omaha in the morning. Good morning to all, one and all. It's time to wake up and move your body. How y'all doing?
Hey, it is upon us.
It is upon us. We already got Pops in the chat. Good Friday morning and love from Las Vegas. Appreciate you, Pops. Judy Princess says, happy Friday. Good morning, good morning. Brother Sanchez says, I hate to see you go, but I love it. Would love to watch you leave. I heard that.
Okay.
That's what's up. Some good old-fashioned lyrics going on there. I love that.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Lord, have mercy, Leah Keister. Buddy, you want to give this one a try?
Yeah. Hi, happy, fry, yippee, yo, yippee, yo, a yip, yippee, yo, yay.
That's pretty good. Yay.
Yeah. Try
right.
to say that 5 times fast.
Man, try to say it one time fast. Appreciate you, Leah Keister, though. All the excitement for today's Friday show. Pops says it's all good. What's going on, Pops? How you doing this morning, Pops? Let me know how you feeling. I'm getting anxious. The break's coming. I'm definitely gonna make a pilgrimage out to the West.
Yeah, man.
Very soon.
Yeah, man. Hey, man.
Got to.
Yeah, I mean, I still got half a mind to try to get out there for the fight, man. I don't know, man. It's calling me. It's calling.
Yeah, you know what's calling me? Napa's calling me.
Yeah, that too. It's the same day, man.
It's the same day.
Yeah, it's the 29th, right? So it's all. If I'm not mistaken, I've been wrong. Also, I think Mama God corrected me. I think that's the first day of the Native Omaha Day week.
Yeah, I think Brother Justin Wayne said something about he was going to be Grand Marshal or something, and he was like, on the day of the fight, same day as the fight.
Yeah.
Speaking of them, Brother Justin Wayne, Brother Terrell McKinney, Senators Wayne and McKinney will be on today for the last day of the legislative report.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, can't wait to speak to them. Stay tuned for that. Miss Erica Fell gives us a good morning. Wanda Lewis gives us a good morning. Leah Keister gives you some applause for your efforts.
Okay.
Like that. Amy H. No Dot says happy Friday. Good morning to you. Popson says sounds good. Love to see you, son. Yeah. You definitely come out and chill out with Pops a little bit.
Man, looking forward to chilling out with my Pops, man. Spoke to him yesterday. Yesterday was the youngest of the bunch's birthday. She turned 2. Yeah. Turned 2 yesterday.
Just not turning 2 already. Man. Already the ring later.
Man, yeah. Time flies, man. Time flies. Seems like she was just joining us. But yeah, now she's talking, walking, and dominating.
A whole personality that
just,
we popped up on you.
Yeah, man, whole diva for sure, man. I got 2 girls, got my hands full.
I hear that, man. I'm gonna give a shout out to the radio crew as well. Shout out to Beth for always faithfully tuning in to the radio channel. If you if you go to firstguyomaha.com, hit the listen button, then you know that there's a radio channel over there, 24/7 celebration of black music, and then of course the show comes on. If you ever happen to be rolling around and can't really watch the YouTube and the Facebook, you can always ask your Amazon Alexa to play Friends of First Guy Omaha Radio. And if it's during the live hours, the show will pop up. You can listen to us over there. So shout out to her. She's a little worried this morning that the 6:30 club wasn't going to continue through the break, but you know I'm going to keep on putting those hits on. Yeah, man, the jams.
Oh, jam.
We're going to continue that. And we're keeping the radio channel. We're definitely going to keep building the radio channel out, get more people listening to it, putting more shows on. We're even thinking about bringing back the DJ sets. All kinds of stuff we're going to try to do here on the Friends of First Guy Omaha radio channel. Remember, we do have a digital channel, so it's there, and that's what's up.
Yeah, actually, you know, we kind of have this, you know, have these conversations a lot, or just kind of listen in on conversations about radio, you know, and radio is still not dead, man. Radio is still alive. I know, you know, you and I go back and forth, Paul, about our radio station. Like, man, we need to be doing more. Like, you know, there's Spotify. Like, you know what? So I'm kind of curious. I'm putting it out to the people. What would you look for in a radio station? Like, what will make you listen to a radio station? Do you listen to radio? You know, what would you like to see from a radio station if you could shape one?
And I will let you know the reasons why I keep hanging on to it. We'll definitely talk about that a little bit. You know, there's some definite reasons I go back and forth. Is it worth it? Then I get inspired by watching other people do their digital channels. I remember about some of the conversations that we had even back in the Mind and Soul days when we were trying to get that digital, because we were understanding that a lot of new vehicles and stuff are coming out with the ability to listen to internet radio. So there's a lot still happening with the tech that keeps me going. Yeah, man, it's worth it for us to have a full 24/7 radio channel, digital channel. We just got to help build it out. And that's what we're also going to be talking about today. Next season, help to build some of these things out. Support is what season 6 is going to be all about. Feet on the ground, support, action items. We've done a lot of discussing over the 5 seasons, a lot of breaking things down and understanding what directions we need to go, what groups we need to put together. And we're going to be changing the membership model and everything come season 6, because it's going to be about support. How can we continue these efforts to build out and get to the point where we have news coming out of our neighborhoods? We have we're meeting you where you're at as far as your media is concerned, and then we got people that's been down with us all the way back from the Mind and Soul days. So we definitely got some friends of First Guy Omaha, some loyalty, some family that's been here, that's been supporting and helping. It's time to reach out for other people to support and help, and really kind of bring that into focus. Season 6 is going to be all about feet on the ground, support. How are we going to support the Senators? How are we going to support North Omaha? How are we going to support this show? How are we going to support each other? You already see us do some of that stuff, like with Miss Erica Felt, and how we helped. We wanted to help her get her business, back up off the ground after she went through what she went through. And speaking of which, we're going to try to do that with a whole bunch of businesses. Shout out to Amy H. who's in the chat. She says, "Good morning, happy birthday to that little baby." She was just born. It does feel like she was just born. Yeah, Amy H. has started to put together a list, an active list of Black-owned businesses. She's been gathering it up. We always know that there's lists all over the place. Nobody has really got together and done a centralized list, and it's been a need. And she really kind of stepped up to decide to help do that. And she posted that on Friends of First Guy Omaha page. So, Amy, we really appreciate your efforts on that, and we want to continue to help with that. You gave me some instructions on how to get it posted and pinned on the Friends of, and I don't know, I haven't looked at it yet, so you got to tell me how to do that. But it's an active list, is what I like about it. We can keep adding to it.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, we'll show you some of that. We'll show you some of that a little later on in the show here. But shout out to Amy H. and everybody else who's been really kind of like on our team, really helping to do some things behind the scenes. She's also going to help us put together the Chat Chimers Kickback coming up July 7th. Yeah, so, man, building the team out is what season 6 is going to be about. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It seems like whatever our season theme is, it's a preview for the activity that goes on the following season. Of course, last season was Follow the Money. And for the majority of this season, we talked about and looked at how to invest in, even did some moves, made some business moves on the back end as far as what we're doing with First Guy Omaha. To follow the money and help direct our money and make sure our money is tight and in the right pots and just figuring out what that looks like. So again, this season was about teamwork making the dream work, and we're looking, to continue. We've talked about collaboration throughout this season, especially with LB 1024, the importance of collaboration and coming together to try to make some things happen for the community. And we're looking to actually double down next season and put some things into action. So definitely big shout out to all the chat chimers, all the people that's joining the family, man. It's a beautiful thing, a community that we're building.
And I got to mention, it's a good timing for that too, for us to get everything set up the way it is, because we're always struggling, and we're definitely struggling this year monetarily to even keep this thing up and running and going and get to the next level. So things were a little bit easier a couple years ago when we kind of started, because there was kind of more people that were involved, maybe coming off the Mind and Soul days, that were able to kind of help. We jumped on memberships and stuff really early, and there's been people that's been a member since we started 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. You're saying, and man, we can't thank you enough for that continued support. We need to get to the next level though, because it's still, a lot of this stuff has been, getting grant money. A lot of this stuff has been coming out of our own pocket. A lot of this stuff has been doing, everything that we can to keep this show on the road. And got to get to that next level come next season. So I'm glad we spent this season kind of definitely getting everything in place, just business entity wise and in all these ways, so that we can really jump on that, because it's time. It's time. Like we definitely running out of funds, and we gotta keep rolling on it and get to the next level with it. So new website coming very soon. You'll be able to see that over the break. There's definitely going to be like a merch store there, so we can kind of dabble into the merch a little bit and have that support a little bit. So there's a lot events coming up. We've been trying to put together an event crew so that they can help us put events on here in Omaha and utilize these connections between LA and Atlanta and all the local acts that we got going on too. So lots that we've been working on behind the scenes for a while. We're going to go double down on all that during the break, so we can come back strong season 6. But this theme of really getting down to the people that are the fam here, and how we can all support each other, and how we can all do business. That's the thing too. Not just support each other, but do business, so that everybody thrives. That's hopefully everything that we've learned all this time is built up to what season 6 is going to be, which is really kind of locking down, feet on the ground support. And not just on that level, but on all kinds of levels. This last season, there's a group that we got people to go up to the legislature, and this last season, Amy H. Dot and Kimmer Snipes and a few people in Precious McKesson, they teamed up and went over to the towers to make sure that when the bed bug situation was happening, that those people had help over there. You know what I'm saying? Like action groups, more action out of our camp. And a brother, and I can't forget Brother Sanchez, that went over to the BAA, show kids how to fly drones. Man. You know what I'm saying? So, the beginnings, the shapings of the team, of the fam, of the group, executing some of the things that we have planned, and how we can get to the point where we have the resources and the time to really be able to continue on in those veins. So what we're going to be working on next. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, coming together and directing our energies, man. So big shout out. Not to mention the mayor handing out some gloves to the workers at the BAA, man. So big shout out to everybody, man, coming together. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So again, remember July 7th, we're going to come together and celebrate all of that, the past, the present, the future. Enjoy a little time together. Because we believe in the concept of time.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're gonna be in. I snuck up on me, man. I was like, when you come, you gonna be here like
next Wednesday.
Yeah,
like 4 or 5 days within the week, y'all. Within the week. So yeah.
That's what's up. Well, once again, welcome to a fresh edition of First Guy Omaha Radio. First Guy Omaha in the morning. Paul B. the Dove, Buddi3 Da Gawd, all of you chat chimers, ghost listeners, radio listeners. Last day of season 5 happening today. We will be talking to brothers Senators Terrell, McKinney, and Justin Wayne today for the final legislative report. And so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, between time, let's go ahead and get this show started. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the morning. It's going down. What up, what up, what up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Once again, First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the DS.
Yeah, Paul B. the Dove, Buddi3 Da Gawd, all of you. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Chat's going off already. I see Beth Davis Wilson in the house. Good morning. I was wondering what was going on. She said, morning all, haven't been here for a bit. Missed you too.
Hey.
I'm going to have to bum rush your pancake parties and go over there and find out what's going on. Just knock on the door. Where you at? Appreciate you joining us today. Brother Sanchez says, I'm on a Mexican whoa radio. Okay. What's up? Mama God says, good morning, First Sky fam. Appreciate you.
My dukes.
Brother Valadares is giving us the morning.
Man.
That's right. The lyric.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Gafel says, I only listen to Spotify because I get tired of those same songs and all the talking. So I'd say minimal talking during music sets. Yeah, we believe in that. I definitely believe in that. That's funny.
Give me the jams. Give me the jams.
Come on, all this talking in between the jams. We did back in season 4 started a Spotify set list.
Yeah,
and we got a little action on that, but we need to update it for sure. I'm thinking about my intention was to do it every season, and I forgot to do season 5, I believe. Yeah, so we'll have to go back and try to knock that out and begin a season 6 list. Because that's pretty fun too, man. And Buddy, you need to jump on that too, because you kind of doing some active DJing and you kind of in the scene a little bit.
Yeah, man.
We talked about that Andre verse on this Killer Mike song that just dropped.
Actually, hey, thanks for reminding me. Drops today, man. Quick insight. Let me know what y'all think about this, man. I was speaking to Ray Murray, of course, of Organized Noise, and he had mentioned that he had a different album for Killer Mike's new album. Now I just kind of want to toss it to y'all, let y'all know what y'all think. He called it No Surrender. Because of course Killer Mike's last name is Render.
No Surrender. Okay. Yeah, that's what's that's what's up. I'm just impressed that you over there talking to the Organized Noise cats. Number one, I didn't even hear the rest of what you said. Oh man, Buddy's over there in Atlanta doing big things.
I mean, it's Atlanta, man. If you see a post on social media that says Atlanta is not a real place, it's not. It's not. Like, I'm seeing videos of people talking about seeing Michael Jordan in like hole in the wall clubs down here. You know, like it's one of those places. It really is. It really is weird. And that goes back to our conversation on Wednesday about, again, the importance of getting people out of the city, man. You got to travel. It's a lot of things to see.
Atlanta right now, to me, is sounding like how it was in the 90s in Hollywood. Just hanging out and staying around Hollywood and stuff like that in my 20s was like just running into everybody. Lenny Kravitz over at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, just sitting next to you eating. You know what I'm saying? Like seeing people around town, and then also just the hype. Like when something drops or an album drops or a band comes out, they're gonna hit all the spots. They're gonna play the Whiskey, the Roxy, Viper Room. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna play everything all around. They're hyping. You see them walking down the street. Like, I feel like that's when I hear stories about Atlanta, I feel like that's what Atlanta's doing right now.
And the crazy part is Omaha is not far away from that. It just needs a scene. You know what I mean? Like the people know about Omaha, and the people be in Omaha. Quite interestingly enough, we just never know.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. Shout out to Omaha Performing Arts, man, and shout out to the Steel House. That's a major addition to what's going on with that scene. It's a perfect venue size to really help a scene thrive in a real big way. So
Actually, I am in talks again with that trying to build that bridge, and the still house is definitely something I'm thinking of. But yeah, looking if anyone knows any venue owners, knows any promoters, let's talk.
That's what's up. Wanda Lewis in the chat. Good morning. Says I love the fact that Chad Chimers have a voice, opinion, share news and ideas. Yeah, I'm telling you that this show doesn't happen without y'all. So this.
Yeah.
I'm happy we chose to go the direction of really building a family through the chat, and I really love the fact that we have the kind of chat that we have. There's no other chat that's out there that people are on that they're not like trolling and acting stupid, saying stupid stuff, and not contributing to the conversation and so on and so forth. Like just go to Channel 7's chat, man, and see all the racist, ridiculous stuff that goes on in their chat. It's really interesting. It's like we got 30 to 50, like you say, like you call them co-hosts. Like if we had 30 windows here, then it would be everybody doing what they do just on the video instead of on the chat. So I really look at the chat like a conversation. I say it all the time. It's like we're speaking face to face and contributing to this and contributing to everybody else's information and knowledge, and we're all trying to learn and grow and everything together. So I love it too, Miss Lewis, for sure. I really appreciate all of the effort that you've been doing to provide information this whole time, hitting us with stuff. So you're one of the experts of the chat of the page is what we call them, and I really appreciate that. As a matter of fact, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, forgot to mention, please share the show.
Hey,
Get as many people talking on as we can. Black United is in the chat. Says good morning, brothers. What's going on, brother Willie? We've been trying to figure out how we can hook up too, and we'll get with you over this break so we can do that more in season 6. Because speaking of feet on the ground and people really making a difference, people putting money where their mouth is. Brother Hamilton is always doing the thing, right, in a big way. So appreciate that very much. Miss Erica Fell says, I appreciate you too and all the Chad Chimers that ensured my family would be afloat during my surgery. 8 rounds of chemo at 25 radiation treatments. Woo. I'm deeply thankful. I appreciate that. I'm glad that we were able to help. This was the first kind of time that we were going to try to make some kind of a difference with a friend who is a friend of First Guy Omaha, Chad Chimer. We here we trying to take care of each other. We really are. So I didn't know if we were going to be able to help, but I'm glad that we were able to. I'm glad we did. It really bolstered my confidence in saying, oh, we got something here that we can really make a difference with, in order to be able to, on a real individual level, you build a family out and then you take care of that family. Nothing more gangster than that. So I appreciate you saying that to us and reassuring us that you were helped. Really do.
Yeah.
Bon Chapman says, good morning, sunshine. Did Buddy change up this morning? Did you change up?
No, did I? I no hat this morning. I figured
no hat. Do you usually put the ponytail? Have the ponytail going?
No. I guess maybe he thought I cut it off. No, it's still there. It's still there.
All right. Yeah, thought you. He said, "Did you change up?" Miss Erica Phil says that your Spotify playlist is featured on my Spotify profile. Ooh, okay.
Hey.
Sorry about that. I guess we better update it a little bit.
Yeah.
We've been listening to some new music too, so we better go ahead and put it on there.
Yeah, speaking of new music, also not just that Killer Mike album, but a shout out to my man Marcy Yates. He's dropping some new music, man. Yeah. I don't know if y'all caught wind of that. Teamed up with Skyrie on the art. Yeah. It's looking dope. It's looking dope, sounding dope.
Love it when the fam comes together. That's what's
up.
Man.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Marcy Yates, the whole Culture House Records now. Yeah, doing big things.
Big things. And we're gonna definitely have them back on the show as well, man. We started trying to get Marcy on. We were toying around with different people to come on a regular basis, kind of let us know what's happening, and we're leaning towards trying to put Culture House down with the Haps. Really, because they're the ones that got so many Haps going on all the time that it's like we definitely need to get the Culture House report on what's going on in the city, and also Fabric Lab. They're another one that's generating a whole lot of action, and we want to definitely team up with them coming next season too. Yeah, man, for sure. Kimra Snipes in the house. What's up? She says, good morning, y'all. Appreciate you coming through on First Sky Omaha with that information. She says, I appreciate you all giving me a platform to elevate neighborhoods, civic health, and East Omaha. That's what's up.
That's what it's about, man. That's what we're here to do,
That's what we basically are a neighborhood association.
Low key, the East Omaha Neighborhood Association. There we go.
The East Omaha Chad Chimers Neighborhood Association. Yeah.
Yeah, Iona.
He on that. Pop says, I miss that too, son. I would run into people like Billy D. Williams and Vivica Fox in the same hair salon and would go to stuff like that. Now you got me thinking about Cali again. Yeah, Pops.
Yeah.
And that was kind of more in it was in the 80s or the 90s that you running into folks like that. I just remember moving out in that area. I lived in the valley and stuff for a while, and we'd be in Hollywood like every night, and not just Hollywood but the valley too, in greater LA, and all these in Long Beach, all these other places, man. You just be chilling, and people coming through, walking through, you having conversations with people all the time because they live in the city, they're out and about. So and especially in the black community, there's a few places you're gonna go,
man.
It's like it being in Omaha and being like, if you black in Omaha, then you would probably go to timeout at some point. And if you had timeout and John Beasley's at timeout, then you there talking to Brother Beasley. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace. But
man,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's how it is everywhere.
Yeah. So I used to run into Brother Beasley at the golf course all the time.
To see?
Yeah. Man, shout out, rest in peace, Brother Beasley, and also rest in peace to I just drew a blank on his name. That's sad. That's sad. No, the Miller Park Golf Course where I used to see Brother Beasley at is named after another professional golfer from Omaha.
Oh, okay. I don't know nothing about the golf scene.
I used to work with him and everything. Man, my heart. Blame it on my mind, not my heart, man. I just definitely had a brain fart.
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
It's gonna come back to me too.
Yeah, man. I learned a lot about like the black golf scene here in Omaha. Never got with it yet, but I've been wanting to for sure. Especially everything I keep learning about it.
I think that's Sister Snipe does tell us about the historical black club in Omaha.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Steve Hogan, thank you. Sister Lewis, yes. Definitely rest in peace to Mr. Hogan.
That's what's up, man. Miss Erica Fell says it was such a blessing to not worry about Boogie eating when I literally couldn't lift a hand. Man, I didn't realize like how. Yeah, she says so many Chad Chimers surprised him with delicious food. I'm so happy to hear that. Really, really am. Like, it's tough, man. When you worried about a friend, you worried about what we can do, and just seeing. This is the reason why season 6 is going to be about a feet on the ground support. Like it feels so good to be able to like have help orchestrated something that helps that actually helps some folks. We ain't sitting around here talking like we trying to like actually help.
Yeah. Furthermore, I think if we can, we have not just each other as individuals, but Sister Cameron over at One Omaha, Amy H. No died at heart. Like we have some resources and some access to some things that really make some difference, man. So this is what it's about. Hopefully we can spread this type of activity throughout the city. But again, teamwork. This is teamwork making the dream work. So,
yeah. I love it. Kimber Snipes at the gym this morning. She said, y'all getting me through my gym visit this morning. That's
okay, puppet iron.
Getting that hard body going. That's what's up.
Okay.
That's what's up. Pop says, did Buddy say Sky Ree? No, he says Sky Ree. It's an artist out here named Sky Ree. How do you spell Sky Ree? I don't even gonna try. But
SCKYREI, I believe. Skylar Reed is his real name, formerly of the group Both.
Yeah, sorry, formerly of the group Both. When you spelled it, I was like, Sicky Ray, like everybody says. Sky Ree is how you pronounce that. And he's one of my favorite artists, man. He's a super dope rapper, MC, musician, animator, artist, illustrator, just overall, just artist, living the artist lifestyle all the time too, which I always get inspired when I see that cat, like just living the artist life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So shout out to him. We haven't talked to him in a while too. We got to definitely catch up with him pretty soon. Brother Sanchez says new music NPR Tiny Desk concerts on YouTube just discovered and saw Juvenile with the latest edition. Yep.
Oh, they did it.
Juvenile on Tiny Desk. Yep. Yeah, man, that's what's up. Appreciate it. Kimber Snipe says file it with the city. Yeah, right. Pop says 70s and 80s. Okay, you was around there in the early days seeing what was up, and I hit the scene in the 90s seeing what was up. So that's what's up. Next Saturday, Domino's. Miss Erica Fell still trying to get whooped on the table. I see. Buddy
Again,
gonna be in town.
I'll be in town. I'll be in town.
Okay, all
I'll be
right.
in town.
She says I ran into him. Who was you talking about? Ran into him frequently at High V. Oh, probably brother Beesley. You talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Amy H. Dot says my pen pal Karen Fox's second home, Miller Park, is beautiful.
Yeah, man.
I
Man,
lived
the
by
golf
Miller.
course.
I lived over there by Miller Park for a brief minute. That was my favorite part of that area, man. I get out and go for a walk in the park, and walk around, check out. They got like calisthenics. They got like ways you can work out, like a little gym in the middle of it, water park type of thing too. So, yeah, it's a nice area. I really enjoy living over there.
It's the area I grew up in. Went to Belvedere, went to Minnelusa.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Various points. That was actually the first house that I paid rent in Omaha was in that area. Yeah. Shout out to the Mill Park area.
You done your mixtape after that? That's the street?
That, Stone Ave, man. Yeah, Stone Ave, right by Metro Community Park. Yeah, man.
That's Stone Ave was like the dungeon over there, man.
Man, like that's where I grew up in. That's my Miller Park area. That's my stomping grounds.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I love that. Miss Eric Phil says, I lived here over 25 years, still didn't feel at home. The Chad Chimers and the child care community let me know that I have a deep community and them home. That's what's up. I love that. That's what's up. Appreciate you very much. She said, come on, get this table education. She's calling us out.
Okay.
We might have to. This is the reason why I'm like still trying to find a spot where we can go do a Chad Chimers kickback on the 7th. We have the date. We don't have the spot yet, but I like to have a spot where we can set a little table up in a little barbecue situation up too and get going. So we need to find a little outside spot or a spot you can do both because it might be hot like it is today. It's supposed to be like 92 today, by the way, if you're in Omaha, Nebraska. So if anybody has any suggestions, I know I'm working with Amy H. Dot on this, suggestions on where we can go to do a Chet Chimers kickback. Love to be able to have access to inside and outside for that. So, maybe have the drinks and the DJ on the inside where you can go in and cool off and come out and barbecue and get on the bones table on the outside or something. We'll figure it out. But let us know if you have any suggestions on that. Judy Prindler's in the chat says, I have loved being a part of this community for 5 years. Man, you've been back in the Mind and Soul days with us.
Okay.
Man. That's what's up, man. People don't watch me go gray like Obama. From the time I started all black, and then you watch the steady progression of the gray, just like Obama.
Oh, man. Yeah, you just flashed me back to 2017. You sitting in that office looking all young.
And then Mind and Soul it was like the presidency turned me gray.
Man.
Tough. It was tough. Rest in peace. I've been doing rest in peace Mind and Soul posts lately.
Really?
Yeah, because stuff's been coming up in my memories on Facebook of us like in there on Funktropolis grooving and Michelle and Michael Scott and doing the morning show, and you know what I'm saying, like
you know what? On that note, man, you and I kind of had this conversation behind scenes, but I do want to express this to the people. Like, Judy Prinzer, people like Judy Prinzer, like you've been there. We appreciate that. We really deeply appreciate, you riding with us. And the funny thing is, like, we haven't even done what we have been trying to do these whole, like, what y'all see and what this is as far as First Guy Omaha. This is just something that we've allowed to morph and we've kind of allowed y'all to shape. And this is not necessarily, me and Paul saying we're going to sit down and do this. Is us kind of just like, okay, this is kind of what the people need. This is what they're responding to. Here we are. But like, we're getting close to like there's more iterations to come. And just thinking of how many lives from Mind and Soul to now First Guy Omaha and whatever else we have coming up next. I'm just loving the journey with all of y'all, and I appreciate y'all for sticking with us.
And it's coming full circle, man. We're looking at outlets again, and we're trying to get back to that. Sean McCarthy says, I remember discovering Mind and Soul on the radio. It was the first time I felt like there was a genuine local news on the radio. That means a lot to us, bro, because it's when they gave me the job as program director there, the first thing I said that we got to do, we got to populate this 24. We have a 24/7 channel. We got to populate this, and it can't just be music or whatever. It's
Man.
we have to have an anchor show. We have to have something that identifies this channel. So I started the morning show. Put Michael Scott and Michelle Trotsclair together because I thought it'd be a fiery combination. Buddy came in like right at the beginning, man.
Man.
Right there, like he was called to it, and we clicked right up, hooked right up, and started figuring out how to make the show sound like we wanted it to sound, and shape the whole thing, shape the whole channel. You remember them times we were sitting in a little room on the computer, like getting imaging together and all that. Like,
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. Before we're in the main studio. We're in the like that little front studio, 16-hour days. You
Yeah.
know, no sleep, no pay, just making it happen. Just
Right.
trying to put it together for the people. And the funny thing is, like you say, me walking in the door, like I literally walked in the door off the street into your office the day before the ribbon cutting.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, you on the crew. Let's roll. Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of I don't believe in all that meant to be and all that kind of stuff, but very 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 synchronous.
I do though. I do. I believe everything happens for a reason, man. And yes, regardless if you do or don't, you can acknowledge it's been very synchronous.
Very synchronous. So yeah, special shout out to the ones that have been with us all the way here, all the way back from Mind and Soul days, because that really is like that really does means we've been on here doing this 5 or 6 years now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I'm telling you.
since the late '90s, late 2016.
Yeah.
Because we launched Mind and Soul January 2017, but we were building it up from like October.
I want to say the ribbon cutting was like November 17th or something like
Was
that. Yeah, I want to say the ribbon cutting was like no, it was January 17th.
Right.
You're right. The ribbon cutting was January 17th.
Yeah. I remember us waiting until January to go ahead and launch, but we had already been building it up since
October
like
or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
But 2016, man, I was on the verge of moving back to California, and I had a job there and then they offered me the job here, and something made me stay. Just the thought of us being able to provide something that Omaha needed, which was our own radio channel, our own media, our own news, and our own even music, even like the draw to be able to put real music on the channel was something that made me stay in and get busy. So yeah, man, I appreciate us talking a little bit about the journey here, and for those of you that have joined us recently, yeah, we've been working on this thing since 2016, really. So
Man.
yeah. Amy, let's see. Amy H. No Dot says, I think we could use Heart Ministry for the Chat Chimers kickback. I like that idea.
Okay.
Let's definitely talk.
It's a beautiful building. If anybody hasn't been over there, it's a beautiful building, and it's right across the street from the Culture House. So
That's right.
kind of makes sense.
We'll see what's happening there. Carolyn Jack in the house says, hello, family. She's another one that's been with us since the Mind and Soul days, too, man. That's one of my Prince fam right there. I had a lot of Prince shows going on, holding it down. Miss Erica Phil says, I love that you're not seeming to intentionally attract a diverse audience, but the chat chimers come from all backgrounds, races, walks, good people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, most stuff. I mean, that's to me, that's what it's about. Just the the intention of having like-minded people that are on the same path is something to be said for that too. We fight all the time, every day with opposition all the time. It says something to be able to have a conversation with people that you also relate to, so that you can guys build up the language to fight together.
And the fact that, like, man, I don't know a lot of y'all. You know what I mean? The conversations that we have, and I'm telling y'all about my daughter, my personal life, which if you see my social media, I don't share a lot about my personal life.
True.
Kind of, private in that way. But for some reason, I do feel comfortable to talk to y'all and share those things with you, even though I've never seen majority of you in person, don't really know the majority of you outside of this show. But here we are.
Yeah,
serendipitous.
It's we definitely built a family. Definitely built a family. That's why we were protective of it. That's why we don't let trolls come in and crash the party. That's why we all make sure that we all respectful to each other. This is a family that we've been building here. Even though, like you said, it's weird. We do it on this, and I'll run into somebody. I think I ran into Leia Keister recently, and it was I'll be recognizing people when we're out and about, because I'm looking at Buddy the whole time. I ain't looking at y'all the whole time. So it's interesting to be like, but we're all fam as soon as we link right up and hug like we fam, because we talk about very important, deep things with each other, and we do it very frequently. Very frequently. I might talk to my family in California maybe once every other week. I talk to y'all 3 times a week.
Man.
So
Exactly.
we definitely building that out. Gwen Easter gives us a good morning. Appreciate you coming on. Good morning to you. Mama God says, I remember day and Mama God, this she's reminding me too. Mama God. So when we talk about building family, we have actual family.
Yeah.
The chat.
Yeah.
Too.
Pops,
Pops, Mama God, you know what I'm saying?
little
Brooke,
man, sis. Yep.
yeah. So, you know, it's it's actually, you know, so anyway, that's just the spirit of what's going on here. Very protective of what's going on with our First Guy family. She says, I remember the day he walked in by happen chance. He came home and so excited. His energy and enthusiasm never stopped. Heard that. Heard that, man. It's been a good fit from day one. You know, it's very rare. It's to me, it's just as rare as meeting your romantic partners when you meet your business partner. When you meet a cat that you can do business with and speak honestly with him, and on the same page, on the same trajectory, and so on. And then also at the same time respect each other too. It's a very rare combination out of all the iterations and all the team members that have been with us since 2016. Buddy and I have lasted.
Yeah.
Everybody else has had to kind of go do their thing here and there and so on and so forth. But we're the ones that we're on the same page, especially about this show too. Like you said about this show being a show that we let morph into what it needed to be while we worked on the back end, still presenting media, black media, and really working on that. So
Yeah.
appreciate that. Lucia Rodriguez in the chat says, "Buenos dias." Good morning to you. I have a gift for you, by the way, Lucia. Don't let me forget to get that to you this week if we can get together. I think you'll like it. Brother Valadares in the house says, you let me in. Well, you've been in and you've been adding to the conversation and been very respectful.
Thank you.
Can't wait to meet you in person if you happen to be able to come to the Chat Chimers Kickback that we will be having July 7th.
Yeah, man.
To be announced. Where?
Yeah, that's why it's important, man. Let's live a life together for a little bit.
Yeah. Kimber Snipe says you also have people who disagree, and that's healthy. Yeah. We
need
away
that.
from that for sure. Yeah. I think there's a way to be able to speak with each other that when we disagree. I think that comes into where style is important. The style in which you speak with each other is how you can have opposing views and still be able to be cool. So thanks.
And we're all about, you know, this is a philosophy I picked up from Paul, man. Challenging the premise, you know, even, you know, having our own premises challenged, you know, that's how you strengthen it, man.
That's how you learn.
Exactly.
When I was at that Black Futures panel the other day at the Luminarium, I noticed that everybody on stage had several degrees, you know, very educated group of Black leaders that they had on the panel. And when I get in front of a bunch of a group of Black leaders that have been educated, sometimes we have different kinds of conversations with each other because I did not go to college that way, and so it's interesting when I'm seeing how we connect. It's always on something that I took upon myself to go learn. I did this I did this thing where I got interested in something. I figured out how to learn how to deep dive into it and come out with some knowledge, and then be able to speak to people who have been educated in those areas and stuff like that. So it's an interesting kind of dichotomy because we're all different, even within the Black community. They say it all the time. We're not a monolith. So, you know, how do we connect? How do we get to the same piece? Some people do it through education. Some people like me do it self-taught. Some other people lived experience. There's all kinds of ways that we get together and all kinds of ways that we can connect. And it's just interesting to me when I'm thinking about how it is that we are able to, that if we can just adopt a style of conversation, we all can learn from each other.
Man, that's it. Conversation rules the nation, man.
Straight up.
Not just because it rhymes. Not just because it rhymes.
Mama Guy said, where is Doug and Mika? That's a good question. They had a great show on Mind and Soul. We brought them over with us on First Guy Omaha, and they were on the First Guy Omaha radio channel for a while. But right as we started that, they were kind of deciding that they need to split up doing what they were doing and kind of go some different directions and stuff like that. But man, I was actually going through some of the archives of some Doug and Mika shows before. They had some great shows.
They did a lot. I was an engineer, a few tear jerkers, you know, some very informative moments, a lot of very informative moments. Actually, if you remember during Freedom Summer, Sister Mika went out to Minnesota, ground zero, and came back and gave us a pretty intense, detailed report, man. So they were doing some pretty good work. Of course, brother Doug was a part of Tenants United.
Mhm.
So, really our housing conversation and a lot of our interests and a lot of my perspective of the housing, situation in Omaha is kind of informed by Doug and, the work that Tenants United was doing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, especially kind of around, if you remember, Tenants United stepped up with the Yale Park Apartments situation.
Right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting, man. It's interesting how everybody who's been a part of those things. I want to share a event that's happening here at Benson Theater coming up. It's called Divisible. It's a film called Divisible. Speaking to Doug and Mika, speaking of Mika, she's a part of this scene here, and she's one of the ones that are behind this film. Divisible is a documentary, a feature film about the history and current impacts of redlining in the United States, focusing on the specific case of Omaha, Nebraska, to show how the practice continually affects and harms people and cities across the nation. I'm getting ready to do some interviews with the board of this organization here, and then you'll be able to see a lot of the stuff that we're going to drop on First Sky Omaha and also on the Benson Theater site about this film, which is going to be real heavy. So I was really happy to see that that Shamika was still a part of doing some of this really great work. Divisible is going to be pretty awesome situation. I believe the film's going to be really showcasing some of the stuff that we've been talking about a lot, especially on this channel. So that's what's up. I'm really appreciative. I can't wait to talk to her. I can't wait to interview her. As a matter of fact, really miss her energy too, man. She brought a lot to what was going on with Mind and Soul and the shows that we had on Mind and Soul, which was kind of the heart of that. With the morning show being the flagship, but all the other shows that were on there, man. Doug and Mika's show, Katie Rain's Magic the Detox, Lunchtime Live. I just got a bunch of memories about. Lunchtime Live was the dopest show on Lunchtime, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we want to bring a lot of that kind of stuff back because to me that's where all the energy was being generated. And so shout out to everybody. Stuart Chittenden, who is now got a show over on KIOS at 9:00 on Sunday mornings. He got his start with us as well. So there's a lot that's spawned from that. We'll definitely keep you updated on all that and connect it all. We'll connect it all, especially with the new site coming up, so we can really see what's happening. Yes, Miss Gray, that's who we talking about, Brother Valadares, for sure.
Yep.
It is already 7:46. We didn't even start talking about 7:48. If you believe in the concept of time, we haven't even been talking about the news that we're going to talk about.
The mayor.
Oh, that's what's up. See, Mayor Sanchez knows what's up.
Man, I didn't even know you were a lunchtime listener, man. I didn't know you was down that long, man.
Down since 2017, bro. He's one of those ones that's been with us since the beginning of Mind and Soul. And he was one of those ones. He was down with the Lunchtime Live situation and all that. I remember that.
Man, say it with me. What's wrong with you? Hey,
yeah, that's what's up, man. Appreciate that. I just saw Brother Wayne pop in. He's trying to get the Cox cable thing right over there again. I'm seeing here he is. He's coming through here. We'll bring him on, ladies and gentlemen, live from the spot, live from the void. Brother Justin Wayne, put some respect on his name. Senator Wayne in the house. Good morning, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Just had to fix my audio. Cox cable came out. We're gonna see how it worked today.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a mic like y'all. I'm upgrading.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We was gonna work on that during the break. This is the last day of the season for us. During last day of the season, bro.
I think I'm gonna do it like that, like the rapper, yo.
Your mama said knock you out, LL Cool J mic up. That's what you need.
Sucker MCs.
And also, Brother Terrell McKinney in the house too. Senator McKinney is in the house. Good morning to you, brother. How you doing?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Good, man.
Man, can't complain.
Here real quick. Good, brother. How you doing? How come your internet situation is all? Where are you broadcasting from?
Chicago.
Okay, see.
Okay.
In them $high hotel rooms with the
What's crazy is I found out on Facebook he was in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? He could have put me in a bag. I could have just hung out. You know what I'm saying? I'd have snuck in. It's cool.
He's sneaking out doing big things now.
Man. What takes you to Chicago, man?
I'm here for a new legislative leader academy thing. I got invited.
Okay.
Bro,
Still working.
Bro, you 3 years in. How you knew?
Because you signed me up to be the urban affairs chair.
Oh, see them the benefits of that chair. You get to go to Chicago.
Yep.
Hey, you should be saying thank you.
Man,
Judiciary, I get to go visit the pen.
Oh man.
I mean, somebody got to do it.
Yeah.
I appreciate you working on your break, bro. Still gaining knowledge, still taking advantage of opportunities to be a better legislator. Legislator, and it's inspiring to see you still rolling. Are you able to get any break in though? Either one of y'all taking a little time?
Oh yeah, I've been chilling, man. I ain't trying. Like, people probably mad at me. I don't reply to emails right away, calls, or nothing.
Hey, sometimes you gotta cut it off, man. Especially after the session that y'all had. We definitely appreciate that and understand. You know what I mean? Got to cut it off.
Yeah, man. I feel that.
Family just left today to go to Minnesota. My daughter has a basketball tournament, but I'm staying here because last year we passed Juneteenth. That was my bill as a state holiday. So I feel like it's official. I should stay and celebrate with everybody else.
That's what's up, man. I didn't realize that was your bill last year.
Yeah, we got it passed.
That's what's up. See, you guys been working way longer than we've been messing with you. It's pretty dope that we knew that it became a federal holiday, but we didn't know that it also on that state level it is. That's what that bill was, huh?
Yeah, it was for state level.
So what does that entail? What does that mean?
So if you think about Arbor Day, that's one of the weird days that we have where it's just a state holiday. So like the treasurer's office is open, but the bank or the treasurer's office closed, but the banks are open, or whatever, vice versa. I mean, so we have a couple state holidays that are just holidays, and this aligned it with the rest of the state holidays. So now everybody's off. So like there's some companies like Union Pacific who they don't recognize all federal holidays. But state days they kind of have to, so it's just things like that.
I love that.
Okay, we kind of had that conversation earlier this week about how Juneteenth is celebrated or observed, and who, like, some companies are forcing will full force employees to take the day off. Some still work or would try to still work. So yeah, I was just kind of curious.
Yeah.
So like let's take some law firms. They might not take the day off because it's a federal holiday, but they don't recognize it. But now that it's a state holiday, they do. It's just so that was passed last year in April, and so we'll see how it goes.
That's interesting.
And is that like optional? Is that a requirement? Or
I mean, if you work there, you better tell them it's a requirement. So
it's a law federally and state now, bro. So
right.
Juneteenth.
You have to reassess your employment situation if they make you work on it. That's like they making you work on Christmas or something, like So that's what's up, man. You guys been. I never really even got the story of the bills that we've been so focused on what's happening this session. Y'all been in there for a few years now, so I mean, there's a whole list of things that I'm sure that you guys have pushed through and got passed and worked on and stuff that we're not even aware of, like this one. So. Appreciate all your hard work. One day I want to sit down with y'all and hear it all.
Justin been in there since the Stone Ages.
Hey, he just called you old on the air, bro. Just called you old.
The Stone Age.
I hope you ain't walking. I hope you ain't walking next to me in the parade. You might get tripped, brother.
And it's gonna be front news, front page. Senator McKinney takes a tumble.
y'all better do something because the fight's on that day. So y'all better do some kind of newsworthy on it. Just
yeah. A lot of things going.
Yeah. We've been talking about, can we be the grand marshals from Vegas and we just have video, like a monitor of us walking down Vegas.
Yeah, man. Do you usually go to the fights when Brother Crawford is fighting?
In Omaha or Lincoln?
Yeah.
I go out to the Vegas fights, man, but I always get mad because I see a lot of people who owe me, a lot of clients who owe me money sitting front row.
With a fur coat on, like
Bo Mac and them be like, nah, bro, just let it go. I'm like, nah, bro. How you got that nice outfit on and you owe me some money for keeping you out of jail, bro?
Yeah. Tell the refs we next. We up next.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, man, I haven't made it out to Vegas yet for any of the fights. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be wanting to. I mean, I guess if I was going to do it, this one would be the one.
Man, I'm saying, I'm thinking about it. They're saying it's going to be a fight for the ages. Just so happens to be same day as Native Omaha Day.
Yeah, man. And same day. What else is going on? But
Napa.
Yeah. The Blue Note in Napa, same day. So it's just one of them days where everything that you're trying to go to is happening. In the meantime, though, we do have a date for the Chat Chimers kickback, by the way. Put another date on y'all, but the date is July 7th. We're going to get together. I believe that's a Friday.
Terrell out of town. He ain't going to tell us, but he out of town. Terrell out of town that weekend.
You out of town that weekend?
No, I'll be there.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, we'd definitely love to have your brothers. We'd definitely love to if you can make it.
We don't have a spot yet for it. We're still working on that. We'll let you know about what that is, but at least we got the date set now. So yeah.
More details to come. More details.
Well, what else is going on, bro? Brother, you said that you got how difficult was it for you to what did Cox Cable have to do for your internet, Brother Wayne, in order for things to work out? What was the problem?
They came out yesterday. It's supposed to come at 9. Then they said 11. They didn't come out till 5.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And then they said some wires in the back were messed up or whatever, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
yeah.
Okay. I keep checking the monitor over here, and it's staying green. Ain't no yellow coming up, so maybe it's a little better.
A little better.
That's a good sign. Yeah. That's a good sign. But I am wondering, like, can we get you brothers back for next season?
We did talk.
Got you locked in.
I definitely wanted to talk about it over the break, and we can kind of peel off like what next season will look like. It won't be during the session, so I wanted to kind of actually get with you guys to see about what we can do next season, how we can present what we're talking about, and if weekly was a little burdensome for you too. We know that you guys stay busy. We don't want to keep on. We don't want to do too much. But we don't want to do too little either. We definitely want to have you guys back. What's your thoughts on it? Since Buddy went ahead and brought it up in front of everybody, what's your thoughts on it about coming back next season?
Put you on the spot.
The only thing about Friday is you either got to stay in Lincoln or drive early.
Oh yeah,
that's the only thing, honestly.
Yeah. You still heading up to Lincoln on Friday that particular time? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, it was therapy, so I like it. You know what I'm saying? We just sit down and talk about it. But I if we're gonna do Fridays, I want a Thursday night slow jam show.
Okay. Oh, actually, that was like one of the first things. That was the first show I ever did in radio. I did a midnight show. So yeah, I might need to come.
Yes. When we were talking about Mind and Soul days, back in the Mind and Soul days, we had With Love Felicia doing the Love After Dark set.
I think that was on Thursdays too.
Even nowadays, man, we do grown folks music on the digital channel. So we'll work it out. We got some things
I can accommodate,
and I think we're gonna have to involve you guys too in set lists and on our Spotify list as well, because from that text I got last night, y'all be dropping some gems, man, some stuff I ain't heard in a minute, old Tupac stuff and everything I haven't heard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to educate my daughter on 8 Ball and MJG and UGK and I found an old the Click with Tupac, the Dusted and Disgusted, and I was rocking it last night.
Okay, man, might need to put you on the ones and twos. It has been recorded that Senator Wayne put some daylight lyrics on the floor. Bro. Let's not forget.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm looking at trying to have some fun this summertime, this break.
Oh yeah.
Nah, it was good though. I think prior to us coming on, there was a lot of confusion going on, and once we were able to get on and kind of alleviate a lot of the BS that was being said.
I
thought it was good.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal. To help.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying to help clear things up. But I did want to mention about your I do know you have a town hall coming up.
Oh yeah.
So you did want to talk about that. As far as again, I didn't even think about the fact that the session you won't be in session when we go into next season. But is that something you plan on continuing doing throughout that time?
What
the town halls? I believe you have one coming up on the 27th. I want to say
the 25th, the week of Omaha days. Just I just want try to do one after session, and I thought it was a good time to get one out the way. We know Mondays people will be here. I schedule it early in the week before people start hopping on flights to Vegas. So
smart.
So hopefully people show up just to debrief on the session and just talk about what we were able to get done and just I try as best as possible. I don't try to do too many, but try to get one or two done a year.
Okay.
Maybe we can coordinate, collaborate on that, and do a live stream it live when you do yours, on site.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about that. Brother, Senator Wayne gonna be standing at the airport like, where y'all going? You going to Vegas? Where y'all? What y'all doing?
I'm a lame duck. I got 1 year left. Don't nobody listen to me no more.
Well, I did want to get into that a little bit. Senator McKinney kind of throwing shots with the Stone Age comments, but you are on your way out. You know your time is past. So I am kind of curious, like in your last kind of stint, what are you looking forward to? Is there something that you haven't been able to do that you want to do before you get out? Or kind of what are your thoughts on that?
There's some criminal justice stuff we got to get done. I don't know if you read the article about the forfeiture, especially out in Seward and some things like that. Yes. We got to clean up.
And we actually have the article pulled up.
And then we gotta do something around education. I think it's interesting that we're doing this big drive right now, or people are doing a big drive right now to eliminate school choice. But when it comes to classroom sizes and other bills, we don't see that same energy when it comes to helping Black and brown kids inside of OPS. And so I want to expose the hypocrisy on that. And everybody has a right to sign a petition, do everything else. But I'm just saying, your fears of school choice, my fear is young Black and brown kids not being educated.
Man.
And where was that same energy for all of that? And so some around education and some around community criminal justice reform is kind of where I'm in my note at.
So how are you going to execute that after when you're done at the legislature? What are you going to become a lobbyist, or like what do you have some ideas on what you're going to do in order to keep pushing that stuff afterwards?
Yeah, I gotta. I mean, if or when he ever announces he's gonna rerun, I gotta help my guy and make sure he gets back down there, because I think it's critical that we got somebody who understands the nuances of how to get things done. And for my seat, I'm still evaluating candidates, people who have expressed interest. My biggest thing for anybody who's thinking about trying to get my endorsement for District 13 is you got to understand the nuances, and this zero-sum game don't work for our community. And you represent the most diverse district in the state. You got billionaires in Ponca to 2 homeless shelters by the airport. You got part of North Omaha, and you can't just call it Florence because you got part of North Omaha too. And then we go all the way out to 120th past Cunningham Lake and everything. And so we got farmers, we got bee farmers. My district is diverse. And so just picking one side doesn't work for us.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I'm anxious about that. That was definitely my next question. If you had people that in mind to take your seat, and also if you're going to be continuing on with Brother McKinney on getting in there. And that reminds me too, it's another election coming up. So when you do run, it's going. We got to go through. It's like starting from scratch. Got to start again and make sure you get elected in that seat. So that's something that we need to really be thinking about and helping. Hopefully, maybe we can help you with your campaign as well. When you do announce, if you do announce.
Yeah, I really that part. Honestly, I ain't been thinking about it. The session was crazy, and I just been trying to just take some time to just relax.
I feel that.
So I don't know. I'll probably announce. I don't know when, but I will.
Yeah.
When I announce, I ain't put a date on it.
Well, whenever it happens, just know we here, we down, and we understand. Once upon a time, called now. So enjoy.
Tonight, Patterson in the chat said, question about the ARPA funds. There was a comment made on Wednesday that you guys don't have a say as to where those funds go. Who actually makes the decision on what projects, areas those funds go to?
So ultimately, it's the governor's office. Ultimately, it's the governor's office through DED who will dictate. Now, we've been in a lot of contact with the governor's office. The new DED director wants to follow kind of our lead on it, but ultimately, it's a separation of powers issue. It's a constitutional issue. The governor gets to decide. We get to appropriate dollars, and the governor gets to decide how those dollars are used within the guidelines of what we appropriated. So, like when you look at the section on Malcolm X museum, we wrote it in such a way that it has to be a Hall of Famer from Nebraska in Nebraska Hall of Fame who was involved in civil rights, and so we narrowed the discretion of the governor as much as we can in many of those sections that we feel is important to us. Same as Charles Drew. There's some a specific federal designation that Charles Drew has. So we said money has to go to this organization under this federal designation. So there's not a lot of discretion there, but there is going to be some discretion, and that's where we just gotta, as a community, gotta hold everybody accountable.
Yeah, there you go. We'll definitely keep our eye on that, how that plays out. But I did want to. It sounds like so. We kind of missed it. They did announce a new director of the DED.
Yeah.
Okay, I missed that.
Totally missed that news. Yeah. Anybody we know?
No, he's from Columbus.
Okay.
I forgot his name.
Okay. I wonder what that means and how they're going to affect the process there. Seems like everything's been going smooth through the DED though at this point. Is that what I'm seeing?
Right.
Okay.
That's what's up. Appreciate you reiterating that. I know we've talked about this before, and again, that's the purpose of us doing this here is to really clear things up for people that are still asking about it. So I appreciate the question. Appreciate you guys answering that question on that. I'd like to jump a little bit back to the prison reform, to social, just justice, especially the child, the juvenile detention centers and stuff that are coming up. That, yeah, frustrating. While the session is not in, what are the action moves there? We're talking a lot about season 5 ending today. Season 6 will be a lot about support and actionable items. How many people we can get together to take action on certain things and support certain initiatives. What can we do? What can we do?
To me, that's stuff you sign up and do petitions on and protest for, is shutting down juvenile justice centers that have no benefit to the community. It's just a waste of dollars. It's not even big enough to support the kids that are in the current DCYC. Like, it's 80 plus kids in there every day, and the new facility only holds about 60. So, going in, there's 20 kids that have to be placed somewhere. So what do? They build a radius, which is another kid jail or mental health facility, whatever you want to frame it as. So and they place that smack dab in Justin's district in North Omaha community. So those are things, in my opinion, that you protest and petition for, because that has no benefit to the community outside of housing our kids. They don't benefit our kids, honestly speaking. Like, you're investing in the aftermath. There's no investment in prevention at all. And then they wonder why so many shootings happening and things like that. And then they're like, oh, why do the black senators support school choice? We support it because nobody cares about our kids. They don't.
They need more options.
And so, Radius is, it's a private, it's a nonprofit, but it's still private. But I don't see all of our woke allies jumping out saying we privatizing prisons, even if it's for juveniles. And so it's those kind of dynamics that kind of frustrate us. And one thing you was talking about, my vision for next year is, man, I want Omaha to turn into the youth sports capital of the states. And I want black folks to be able to go play baseball, swim, volleyball, soccer, like everything that they got out west, we should be able to do down north. And
right.
I think a lot of our juvenile problems start going away when kids got something to do that's a constructive and positive behavior day in and day out. Right now, I mean, wrestling, we losing wrestling teams. Baseball, that's damn near non-existent. So we got one of the best baseball facilities down at Miller Park, but it's Omaha Suburban who runs it. Like, I mean, come on now.
Man, that feels beautiful.
What's that?
Man.
What's that, buddy?
What the Miller Park baseball field, the new park down there, at Miller Park.
But who owns it though?
Well, the city owns it, but if you go down there and you see the OS on the sides, it's the Omaha Suburban League who must run and maintain it. Look, I send kids out to Omaha Suburban to play because that's the only place that we can play right now. So I'm not dissing Omaha Suburban, but it goes back to the Kellum leagues, to the Martin Luther King Baseball League, like all the stuff that I grew up with that kept a lot of us out of the streets. All that's gone. And then we wondering why kids are sitting at home playing PlayStation and getting on social media high capping because they don't know how to interact with people. They never had to deal with diversity. I mean, adversity, think about it. I mean, you lose a basketball game, that kind of hurts sometimes in the championship, and you got to bounce back. In the video game, you just hit restart. I mean, you don't know how to deal with it.
Or you quit before you lose.
Right. Call it rage quitting.
Or you quit before you lose. That's crazy. Yeah, you spoke about that last time you was on here, man, about how you were really going to step up on incorporating sports as a solution. Today is the start of College World Series. It's not on my radar, so I didn't bring it up. But I did read earlier about it being College World Series is the start of today. It always brings up some questions. Always brings up some ideas. First of all, Omaha is known in the world because of the College World Series. Second of all, it's being played at a stadium that is in North Omaha, and I always think about the connection between the building of that stadium and what's been going on there. And also the third thing I think about is that it ain't me. I don't know if it feels like my culture to be like on the whole rah College World Series deal. But this is Omaha, Nebraska. How many kids are trying to? How many kids want to get down with that? How many kids want to play ball? How many? I didn't know that there was a spot in Miller Park now for that. What's your take on that? I'm not in touch with that. How do you know about kids that are really about trying to play some ball and be in the College World Series and all that? Is that like a thing with us?
I mean, it's kids that I know that play baseball. I know Little Vice got a team, and I mean, it's not always baseball. I know I'll be there a couple days because North is doing the wrestling team and the volleyball team, and I think the girls wrestling team and some other teams at the high school are doing concessions to fundraise and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's an opportunity for those teams because sports in general and OPS don't really get supported outside of football, so it's an opportunity to raise some money. So,
a young man, Kamari Bartee, he's my brother's age, but I grew up with his brothers and his cousins, the Bartees. He played at Creighton and went on and was he passed away last Christmas, but he was a coach for the Detroit Tigers.
Oh yeah.
So, I think there's a connection if we can expose them. What's crazy is we have one of the largest Little League baseball tournaments in the country during College World Series. Part of the reason why the College World Series is sold out and you look at the general admissions and they sold out is you got thousands of baseball teams who come up here from all across the country. They play in a tournament and they go watch their college team play. So that's why, like when Nebraska made it a couple years ago, 10 years ago, we took a huge financial hit because you weren't bringing LSU Tigers, plus they 5 or 6 youth baseball teams, plus all their parents up here for the week that they up here. And so one of the things I would love to do when I leave the legislature is, and now that we gave Creighton some money to build an additional baseball field, softball field, is I wouldn't mind having the historically black College World Series right here. Let's bring all the HBCUs. Let's put them in the exact same stadium as a College World Series, bro. And let's celebrate our blackness and who we are. Like, I've been thinking about this, but down the legislature is hard to. But when I'm done, oh yeah, we calling up Grambling. I know the president. We're gonna put everybody together and say, let's do our own thing, because they'll never get the same exposure as the Texases and the LSUs, etc. But there's a lot of people who are minor league who are coming from them institutions. There's a lot of people who are major league that are coming from them institutions.
Yep. Wow.
Yep. I mean, if you need me to make a call to FAMU, just let me know.
Hey man, I try to use your name at FAMU. They didn't like it, so I blacked out.
It's like, Buddi the who?
No, what? Oh man,
you stole that chemistry set and was using that home.
Oh man, yeah, you kind of blew
Oh
our
man.
mind with that one, man. That is something I will
Yeah,
absolutely get
that's
behind. That's crazy.
no, it's funny because I've been saying this for a while. Just think, man, as a community, we had the Negro Leagues. Like we had as a community our own vibrant league with the world's best talent. And if you haven't been 3 hours away from Omaha to Kansas City to the Negro League Baseball Museum, do yourself a favor and check it out because it is a history of or is a chapter of our history that we don't talk about enough. And not just baseball, but I've had many conversations with my grandmother, rest in peace, about softball and how important it was to women in the community. How many women played in softball leagues, women of quote unquote color played in softball leagues back in the day.
Vicky Young in the chat says we also have some amazing youth volleyball players, and that's
Yeah.
reminding me about there's I've been seeing national news about players in the volleyball coming out of Omaha. I've been paying too much attention to it, but I've been noticing that there's like these they're naming these players by name. Omaha Royal Herald had an article on a player that just went to some major team out of Omaha. Volleyball is huge. And so it's interesting to hear that from Miss Young that we got amazing youth volleyball players too. Is there volleyball teams and tournaments and stuff like that going on in North Omaha?
There's teams.
Yeah, the schools have teams.
Okay, so the schools. Okay, got it. Yeah.
But there's club teams too.
Okay. I mean, I'm knew several young ladies that played volleyball growing up.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how celebrated that is, but yeah. I mean, just in general, youth sports, and not to mention the relationship that Omaha has with the Olympics and the Olympic trials coming to Omaha and Olympic teams and things like that. Actually, aren't there some Olympic teams that practice in Omaha?
There was.
I want to say there are. I'm not sure with sports, but I do want to say there are some Olympic teams that practice in Omaha.
Yeah, they built I remember them building a big facility when Michael Phelps was coming through, hanging out.
That was a swim
trials and stuff. Yeah, so you kind of blow my mind. I'm not too big of a sports cat, but I can see how important sports to the city, sports for the youth, and the disposition of where we are in the country and what's already here. You kind of blow my mind about that. It does seem like some definite feet on the ground solutions to a whole lot of stuff. This is reminding me about the BAA that has the flag football team. They find it, with everything they're doing, they find it important enough to teach the youth, to deal with the youth on that level. That's really interesting, man. I'm really really kind of changing my mind, flipping my mind around about even just opening up opportunities here in Omaha for more to get more recognition in sports. Why didn't anybody else tap in North and South Omaha for athletes? That's crazy. Like, there's got to be like the next pro everything here. If we had the right resources and things like that. I mean, maybe I'm missing on the resources, but I'm not sure. I know, brother McKinney, you're still coaching wrestling and you're involved. Earlier when Brother Wayne said we were losing wrestling teams, you were shaking your head. What's the deal with it? What's losing the teams? What's that about?
Just about space, and just a lot of the older coaches are kind of just retiring, honestly. And it's not a lot of people willing to step up. It's a lot of work, and it's a thankless job, and it's not about the money, but you got to take care of your family too.
Right.
And you guys, the teams are involved in all the tournaments. They travel, they do all the things that everybody's doing. Okay, so it's just waning support right now for a lot of those things that are happening. And is that the same in other sports, Brother Wayne? Is that the same with basketball, football right now? I mean,
yeah. I mean, when we were playing, coaches did it just volunteer and put money out their own pocket. And now, you can't get a coach unless you got a stipend, and that requires budget. That requires fundraising. That requires it used to be, I'm gonna go, not me because I was a kid playing, but it was like we're gonna go knock on Goodwin's door and we're gonna go get some jerseys, and that's how we got jerseys. Now you gotta, like McKinney said, you gotta go fundraise down at the stadium, and you gotta work 10 shifts down there just to get enough money to buy uniforms. We ain't got the same level of support that we used to have in the community, and that's part of it. And so. And it ain't, and understand, it ain't just youth sports. There's a esports that has taken over the world. That our kids,
there's scholarships for that.
They out here gaming, but they ain't out here gaming like in tournaments. And some of them probably just as good, but they don't know how to get in. Right. So you got kids signing $1 million contracts who are in high school right now in Omaha. And I know some kids who can beat these kids, but they don't know how to do it. And that's not my space. And that's the same as in the art world. It's not my space. But I feel like if we get youth and we start attracting people at an early age, then we can start saying, okay, you want to do esports, here goes this avenue. It's right here. Go do it. Oh, you want to do chess, here goes this right here, go do it. Man, you want to sculpt, here goes right here, go do it. Right now, we can't even get kids together, nor do we got a place to send them to once they are here.
Wow.
There you go.
Well, yeah, I you give it, I'm coming with some clear cut, moves that needs to be made here over the break, over next season, over next year. Some things we can hopefully get behind. Now you got me wanting to really search out like who's supporting these things, who's trying to make an effort here that we can go try to help him back. Me and Buddy talked about that idea of sponsoring a BAA football team. The first guy Omahans out there, and that type of thing. Maybe sponsoring teams is something that we can kind of connect all the businesses to, especially like with this new black business sheet that we've been Amy H. has been gathering for us. Maybe that could be a thing where maybe small business or large business can really go in and sponsor teams and just help the situation out. Not familiar with that world, but I'm looking at trying to get into it now. I'm definitely looking at trying to figure out how to navigate some of that to support.
Yeah. I mean, I always look at Snoop, and of course, he has the resources, but just the impact that those things can have, and how many students have gone from the hoods of LA and the inner city of LA to now the NFL. So they just need, again, like Senator Wayne is saying, people to invest, people to be there, things to do.
Jump into the chat real quick. Pop says, just as an aside, the Ken Burns documentary named Baseball has an entire section dedicated to the Negro Leagues. He said, it is amazing. Also, my grandfather played in the Negro Leagues. Didn't know that.
What?
Did not know that.
Come on. Learn something new about your family every episode, Paul.
Bro. Mary Ann Williams says, a new pro volleyball team in Omaha starting 2025. Okay. Cameron Snipes says, have a battle of the bands. Yeah, I'm with that. Wanda Lewis says, does Senator Terrell McKinney work with a wrestling club outside of OPS, or would he consider putting one together outside of wrestling season OPS?
Yeah, I do. I work with Radio RP down at Bud's gym, and it's other teams too. Sherman Challengers, they had the Viking ship. That's probably the last two. There was the Bears, but they really ain't around no more. So it's kind of only two left in North Omaha. And the head coaches for both Sherman and Ready RP are up in age. So they, unless somebody step up, they could be gone.
Yeah. Cameron Snipes says softball was huge in the black community when I was a little kid. Marlon Harrison says, I know the real problem is cost. Most teams cost between $100 and $500. Is that cost to get on the team, or is that what that means?
For as long as I know is to play. Like playing baseball, you gotta buy gloves, bats, bags, cleats. Like it's expensive. That's why a lot of times basketball, you just need one ball. Just need one ball in the hoop, and you're in there.
But also to travel to get like real competition. Sometimes the competition level in the city ain't the greatest, so you got to get out of the city, and to do that, you got to have resources.
Yeah. Marianne Williams in the chat says esports now recognized by NCAA. They have tournaments and scholarships, etc. That's crazy.
Man, full scholarships. Not just that, but the NBA has a full esports league. Like each team has their esports equivalent. And it's a full 2K league, and there's tournaments, contracts. I believe in like hundreds of thousands of dollars for the contract. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a thing.
Don't know much about this. Rick Fulton in the chat. Mecca is under federal investigation for antitrust violations, restraining trade for keeping pro baseball out of our downtown park. That's interesting. We'll look into that a little bit. Brother Valadero says we need more teachers, more funding, better pay. Yep. Marianne Williams says, my son played in the first NCAA esports tournament for Colorado College. They won their divisions. Okay, so we got somebody in the chat that knows a little bit about the esports situation. We can tap for some information. Appreciate that. We'll definitely do that. Crystal Ryder, a name I haven't seen in a minute, says more people are watching esports on Sundays than Sunday football. Is that right?
Crazy thing about that is, for years, people told kids get off the game and get outside. Now they making millions of dollars just sitting on the couch.
And they're like, go inside and play that game. Yeah, that's a trip. That's a trip. Okay, man. You got a lot of food for thought. You guys got a lot of food for thought here on this tip. I know that you guys are both connected to the sports scene, and that could be a thing. Is there anything in legislature that's been going on last year that you guys have been trying to any? I know that you guys be playing chess with the ideas here for laws.
Paul, you read my mind, man. You read my mind. You stole my question.
My bad. I need to slow down.
From my brain.
What you guys thinking?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's it. Any way to legislate for that, or?
I don't know. I would love to see esports in high school, but it's probably.
Well, I mean, not just esports, but just to direct dollars and resources for youth sports in general.
So yeah, we put $35 million into a new sports facility down in North Omaha. It'll be by Carter Lake. So we're going to do 10 to 12 basketball, volleyball courts, some wrestling. I have a bill that's a pioneer tax credit right now that hopefully will get passed next year to help build sustainability through tax credits for youth sports in North Omaha.
Okay, will that go to programming, or is that just facilities?
Well, the pioneer tax credit will go to programming, so that way we have we can get corporations and everybody to get tax credits for keeping these type of esports, youth sports going.
Yep.
Okay.
One more question about on this subject here. Marlon Harrison's asking, what is your thoughts on pace?
No comment.
Yep. All right. I love whenever a question pops up like that, I look directly at Brother McKinney to see the look on his face first.
A photo op league is what it is.
Ooh-wee. Got it.
Well,
yeah. Moving on from that.
Thank you, Marlon, and everyone for your questions.
Yeah, appreciate you entertaining that. Before we get out of here, man, anything else on your hearts and minds that we haven't really been talking about? We definitely want to. We might look at maybe moving the date if you guys are willing to come back next season for sure. Just so be more convenient for Brother McKinney for his travel situation. But yeah, man, what do you think? I mean.
Well, I did have a question on we haven't really gotten into any of the articles that we have for today, but you did make mention of one of them, Senator Wayne, and I did want to kind of get more context, a little more information, get your take on the situation happening in Seward, Nebraska.
Yeah, so they're pulling over folks, and if you got a substantial amount of cash, they have you sign a civil forfeiture form and let you go. And so people who aren't even charged with anything are getting property taken through the civil forfeiture process. We tried to close that loophole, I think, in 2017, 2018, one of those. And now they found another way to do it. And so, I don't know, I guess you buy your freedom if you got a lot of cash and you ain't got to get charged.
Be careful driving through Seward County.
Yeah. So is that not extortion? Is that?
Some would say that. I mean, yeah, I think if a bill is introduced on it, it's going to be interesting to see how all these people react. I'm already looking at taking the money that was collected through drugs and putting it in a victim reparations fund. We have one of the lowest ones in the country, so I was going to redirect some dollars there, and I think this just gave more fuel to redirecting those dollars.
Okay, and just for a little context, according to the article we have here from Flatwater Free Press. In the past 5 years, Seward County alone, their law enforcement has hauled in about $7.5 million in forfeitures, again, over the last 5 years.
Brother Chapman said, Seward, Nebraska is proof positive that Nebraska is not for everyone.
Man.
Shout out to Flatwater Free Press. I actually ran into Matt Hansen just the other day who told me this was about to break and they were already getting backlash from it. People are not going to be happy by this article that we're about to drop. And they dropped it today. So Yeah, so it'd be interesting to hear the rest of the story on that. But and I'm glad that we got some backstory on this. You said 2017, 18, you guys tried to stop that, and you said they found another way to do it. So did it actually get stopped first, and then they went around and found a different way?
No, I think they just kept doing. I think they just kept doing it. To be quite honest, so it's what it is.
What can be done about it now? We call the police.
I don't know. Just say you can't do it. I guess I got. That's what I got to explore to figure out how to make sure it don't happen. I mean, some states just flat out ban it altogether. You can't do it.
Right. Boy,
maybe that's the way.
Scandals. That's a whole lot of money that they're collecting. Though I can see
it is.
I can see they not wanting to shut that operation down, whether people know or not. They're just gonna keep on doing that. It's too much money. That's crazy. Just pull you over, just sign away whatever cash you got in your pocket, and no charges, nothing. Just be on your way.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay. Okay. Well, again, like you said, education, criminal justice reform. Those are your kind of last two you're looking for. However we can help, as always, we're here.
Yeah, man. Right on, bro. It's 8:31. If you believe in the concept of time, you guys got some last words for the people for the last of the season today?
I would say thank you, everybody, and thank y'all for the questions, the comments, the engagement. Thank you, Paul and Buddy, for allowing us to come on here and engage with y'all and engage with the chat chimers. I loved it. I look forward to next season. Thanks for all y'all do, and enjoy the weekend. Enjoy Juneteenth. Take advantage of it. Enjoy your families and chill. Have some fun.
Oh yeah. And you enjoy Chicago, man.
I'll be back later. I'm hopping on a flight in a few hours.
Oh, okay. Man, you were in Nebraska or Creighton tomorrow? I'm trying to coordinate.
Tomorrow
in the parade.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm wearing tomorrow, honestly.
Are you gonna wear some pro-black hate white people stuff like you?
Yeah, I was thinking about
if you wear that, I wear the opposite, so we walk together and we're like what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was thinking what could I wear to piss people off. So
yeah, there you go. The NWA shirt on.
Yeah,
I love walking in places with an NWA shirt on. The people just look. That's what's up, man. That's where we come from. That's what's up. Yeah, let's do it again, man. Let's do something. Let's do something fun over the break too, man. I know we're doing the chat chimers pick back on the 7th. We'll see you guys there, but I'm thinking about doing something else, man. I can get access to like the Sydney, get some 1s and 2s out, have a Tupac night, do something fun. And, you know what I'm saying? There's a few things that we can think of to get going on.
Did y'all watch that Dear Mama documentary?
Bro.
Oh man.
This thing on TV.
Yeah, man.
Y'all listen to the Killer Mike album yet?
Yeah, we're not the album. The song with Andre on it. We haven't listened to the whole album yet.
Yeah. I'm about to. I had an RSVP to a listening party.
And you didn't go?
And man, I completely missed it, man. Completely.
Hey, he got 2 daughters, man. He I ain't sure where Buddy gonna pop up nowadays. and little mama be coming walking through the door, coming on the show, looking to see what's going on. She the ringleader, so I know he got his hands.
Man, still got breakfast on her face.
I meant to ask you too, brother McKinney, brother Wayne. How's your family doing?
Everybody's good. Everybody's good. So life is good. We're gonna have a good summer.
Good.
All right, well, man, appreciate y'all and very much you thanking us, but man, we thanking y'all. Y'all the ones that are making this show be what it is. We appreciate you taking the time to come on for real. I selfishly want you guys back all the time because my mind is getting blown just in what it is, and I'm learning through the process. And not just you guys, but chat chimers asking questions. You always got my mind turning. Like I was saying earlier today, I self-educate. I've always self-educated. And so this is the kind of stuff. This is how I learn, by having these kind of conversations. Real talk, real time is what I call it. You guys have been real gracious in being able to come on and do that. I can't thank you enough. Seriously,
appreciate y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
See you on the 7th.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
See you on the 7th, bro. Have a good one.
All right.
Peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. The brothers, Senators Terrell McKinney, Justin Wayne. Put some respect on their names. Really happy that they joined us, and that's the last conversation that we'll have this season, season 5, right here on First Sky Omaha Radio, First Sky Omaha in the morning.
Yeah,
Paul B. the Dove, Buddi3 Da Gawd, And all of
Yeah,
you
man.
chat chimers, man, if you miss any parts of this show, go back and check it out on Facebook or YouTube. And definitely check out the chat when you do that. Lots of good questions, lots of good comments. I really appreciate all of you guys. Rose Reviews giving them cats flowers while they're here. I love that. Pop says, thank you, Senators. You add so much. We love and appreciate you for real. Miss Erica Phil says, I appreciate the Senators coming on. I learned so much from them. Don't always agree, but I always respect because you're transparent about your why. That's
There you
the
go.
real. Josh Tag in the house. What's up, bro? He says, thank you for all you
Hey.
do, Senators. Marianne Williams says, thank you, Senators. You guys accomplished a lot this year considering all that was happening.
Man.
I know they're going to come back and read all these things and check out all these things. That's why I'm reading through them. So I appreciate that very much. Brother Sanchez says, hit the like button. Please do that on YouTube as well. And of course, you, like I said, you can go back and check all these interviews out in their entirety by going to First Sky Omaha, the Facebook page, the YouTube page. And we're looking at working with somebody to try to cut some of these interviews out and kind of put them all on their own playlist, so you can kind of check out the progression of what's been going on with the education of the Senators over this last season. So I'm glad, even though I was going to try to talk to them about this on the break, buddy, I'm glad you brought it. You put them on the spot, so we could know that we're going to be coming in with them next season as well, maybe on a different day, so brother McKinney can get to where he got to go. He's always in transition on Fridays when we have him on. But we can figure something out. But I definitely think it's a feature of First Sky Omaha that I'd like to continue speaking with those brothers, and I hope you guys feel the same way too, because I'm definitely going to push for that. So, how you feel about that, buddy?
Yeah, man, I'm all for it. Definitely, will look forward to being able to speak to them more, especially as we go into next year and with 2024 coming, man. We're gonna need to all be on the same page and see where we can go. Yeah, exactly, Paul. See where we can go and see where we can direct things, man. So, let's continue come together again. Big shout out, big thank you to the Senators, and let's let them take some time to themselves, man. They put in a lot of work. So let's let them kind of relax for a little.
Yeah, they're on the same break schedule as us. That's what's up.
Hey, man.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the DES.
Buddi3 Da Gawd. All of you chat chimers, ghost listeners, radio listeners, stay tuned. We'll be right back with the Haps.
Hey.
Welcome back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha Radio. First Sky Omaha in the morning. I'll be the dove, Buddi3 Da Gawd, chat chimers, ghost listeners, radio listeners, all of you. Black Dynamite says, sorry I'm late. Good morning, y'all. Good morning to you as well.
Hey.
Again, any parts of the show you missed, you can always go back and watch them in their entirety on Facebook or YouTube. And suggest you go over to YouTube, man. We're still trying to build our YouTube channel over there. We'll be doing some stuff over the break on that channel. So go ahead and subscribe over there. Hit the like button. Hit the bell so you know when some live stream things are happening and all that over on YouTube. Appreciate that very much. We had invited a few people onto the show this season, and I'll admit I was as diligent as I could be at the time on trying to get those folks on. I know that there's more that I could do. I could have bugged them a little bit more, been a little bit more consistent on trying to reach their office and get them here. But at the time, like I said, I did the best I could with what's going on. So we'll have to reserve some of that action for next season. Of course, we asked Brother Willie Barney to come on, and we just haven't been able to get a time on that yet. I run into him on the streets like just randomly sometimes when I'm down on the deuce. He's out there doing stuff. He was out there for that last outing that they had over there where the fire truck was there on 24th and Lake. I saw him out in front of the Carter Bank thing, that building. It was like the year anniversary of that bank situation over there. He was out there. I stopped and talked to him there. So I talked to him from time to time. He's perfectly willing to come on. We're just trying to get our schedules together on that. And like I said, I need to work on getting a little bit more diligent on on just following up on people. But that's what we're going to try to solve with season 6, is to really build out the team so that we can do more and have more hands on deck to help with some of the things that we're trying to do here on this show that have been shaped by your suggestion, things that are on your hearts and minds, Chad Chimers especially. So we will be talking to him. If we happen to get with him even on the break, I'm thinking about maybe setting up some stuff so we can have a recorded conversation, or we might even break in and do an impromptu live if we get something going on during the break. But most likely we'll have him on the regular show when we start season 6 up July 17th. We'll bring him back on. We also been trying to reach out to Brother Ricky Smith over OPS. We haven't gotten a call back from his office yet, and I was a little bit more diligent trying to get a hold of him, just because I don't really know him personally, don't have a real personal relationship with him, so I don't see him a lot. So I kind of went through the regular channels to try to get with him, but we didn't get a call back on that yet. So we'll work on that over the break and try to have him on next season. I did run into Miss Brianna Full, who we tried a couple times to have her on. It just didn't work out schedule wise with her those times, but she's perfectly. She still really very much wants to be on the show, give us some updates and so on. So I actually ran into her at that Black Futures event over at the Luminary and Luminarium, and we talked about her being on regularly next season to give us an OPS report. For those of you that know Brianna Full, she's on the board at OPS now, and she has a lot she wants to share with us. She's also a regular Chad Chimer friend, the First Sky Omaha fam. So I can't wait to have her on as well, and definitely talk to her. Kimber Snipes in the chat says, when I was on the school board, constituents would email me all the time saying that he wasn't getting back to them either, so don't feel bad. I don't feel bad, but I don't feel bad. I need to do better. I need to put somebody else on reaching out to people. That's what needs to happen, because I go like this. Hey, yo, this is Paul B. We want you on the show next week. Hit me back. And if they don't hit me back, then I'll be like, well, next person. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not as diligent as I could be on getting people on. I think people know what's going on. I think ghost listeners are checking out. I think that some of these people are ghost listeners checking out what's happening, hearing what's said. They know what's happening. I ain't gonna bug nobody to death to come on the show. Yeah. But I can be a little bit more diligent and a little bit more efficient. I can send an email and do a call, and I know I can do all those things. I just don't be having time. So we'll work on that this break and see what we can do. Also, we reached out to Megan Hunt. She did hit us back right away. Said she would love to come on. The first time I hit her up, she said it'll have to be after session because there's a lot going on. After session, we only had a few more shows left, and then we just couldn't get the schedule right with that. So we'll get with her on next season too, and talk to her about something. Ask her some of those questions that we had. Just bring her on, talk about the last session. I mean, we're only gonna be gone 4 weeks. We'll still be discussing things in the legislature, and there's still stuff going on. As a matter of fact, I believe Senator Day and Senator Kavanaugh were sitting in D.C. just recently, sitting in Washington at a round table talking about reproductive rights and so on and so forth. They're still in the news. Those things are still happening. So we'll still be listening to them, hearing from them. Appreciate that. Appreciate you waiting on that. And some of the other guests that we were talking about having over that we did not get in, Terry Sanders was one of them over there at the Miss Sanders over there at the Omaha Star. I'm glad we got her on finally last show. You missed that interview. We actually stayed late on the show to talk to her because we really wanted to find out what's going on with the Omaha Star. And shout out to the Chad Chimers who had all the good questions for her about that. And we walked away. We talked about it afterward. We walked away feeling really good about the future Omaha Star. You know, we understand now how open she is to collaboration. She's made moves to be able to take advantage of some of these nonprofit news dollars in order to perhaps hire some journalists.
Expand.
Yeah, and she's she's media, man. It's all about Omaha Star 3.0. So she's all about alternative media and doing stuff on YouTube, and she's got stuff on Spotify and iTunes already. So yeah, we're feeling really good about what's going on with the Omaha Star. It's now a weekly. It's now a weekly newspaper.
Not to mention the Mildred D. Brown museum she's talking about building. I don't know if that's been announced anywhere. That she broke that with us, but definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. Man, he fresh in the chat. Man, he fresh one says, "What was the funk section of the show you used to do, Paul?" It was called Funktropolis. We used to do it on Thursday nights. Funktropolis, all things funky.
The paradise
Man,
of funk.
the paradise of funk. Shout out
Yeah, man.
to Jay Funk and Cynthia, Sister Cat. I believe they continue to do some funk shows on their channels. There's all kinds of channels out there. They continue to do that. We stopped doing it with each other, but we were, it's never far from us to think about bringing some of that stuff back, because funk is my genre for sure. If I didn't do Funktropolis again, I'd do another kind of funk show for sure. So those are some of the things we trying to do on the digital channel. So watch out for that.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we've been talking about. That's what season 6 is about, and we always wanted to get back to that, but we've been putting this together, understanding that this is a need, and at the end of the day, we are only 2 people. You know what I mean? So there's only so much that we can do. So we kind of have to prioritize and direct our funds and direct our energy. And felt like this was more of a need as far as addressing the issues, building a platform where we can come together, kind of have a common understanding, reach common ground, get more information, all of that. We felt like that was important. So definitely season 6, where if anybody is interested, we're definitely looking to build some teams and get some things going, and get some people to help us continue this so we can expand to those other things.
And that is what season 6 will be about: expanding the team, finding that support monetarily, hands on deck. All of that we need all of that support this time around. The season is different this year. And we operated on way less funds than we had operated on before. And that's just the nature of things. So we're trying to make some kind of moves in order to really supplement that ourselves, but also expanding our memberships. We're trying to launch this channel so we have more material there for you to check out and more reason for you to be a member of what we got going on here. So we'll keep on working on those things and really trying to push those things and take these things to the next level in a real way. That's what this is all about here. So I'm looking forward to doing all of that. Appreciate that very much. Von Chapman in the chat says, with all due respect, those who were asked to be on the show are those who may be afraid they will be asked about accountability. Yes, and I appreciate you phrasing it like that. Yes, with all due respect, it is a thought worth mentioning. We know that everybody doesn't like to be held accountable all the time, and this is why we really push on this show to do it in a certain style that would allow people to come on and receive that. That's what this is all about. So definitely want to make mention of that too before we get out of here as well. Friends of First Sky Omaha and our chat are places where we're going to do everything with all due respect, like Brother Chapman said. We can disagree, we can hold people accountable, we can do what I call real time, real talk, learn, figure things out, but approach each individual. When I think about how I see some people approach people that they think is important. If they think you're important, it's really, I see it in the white community like all the time too. They'll get in front of a Gene Stothard or somebody and they'll start speaking in a different way because she has some status or she has a position. In their mind, she holds a seat that is worthy of a certain kind of respect. We do it all the time when we talk about brother Senators Terrell, McKinney, and Justin Wayne. Like even when we're talking to them, I'll because we're so familiar, I'll start saying Justin, and then I'll be able to pull myself back. And I'm sorry, Senator Wayne. Like put some respect on their name, and we know what that means, and we see that happen all the time. The problem sometimes is if you don't think that person is any kind of worthy of any kind of respect, then you don't really approach them that way, and it's hard to have a conversation that way. So I really, in my philosophy, and I got taught this by my grandfather, anybody black I'm going to start with a level of respect just because you're black and still alive here right now. You must have been doing something. You must have figured something out to live in a violent racist society and figure out how to stay alive and how to thrive and how to do your thing. That makes you wise. That makes you worthy of respect. That makes you, just because you're a human being, you're worthy of respect first and foremost. But you also are in a situation here that we all are in, and there's no way that I can disrespect that situation that you're in. However you choose to deal with it, and maybe a way that I don't agree with, doesn't matter. You're still in the same situation I'm in. So that deserves respect from the jump. So anytime I talk about anybody, even if I heartily disagree, I'm going to address that person with respect first, and then get into why I disagree with what's going on with them. If after I determine whether or not it's even my business to disagree.
That part.
We've been definitely on that tip. We've laced Buddies that way too. We've laced this show and our channel and everything First Sky Omaha based on this kind of premise and theory. And for the most part, chat chimers, ghost listeners, everybody who's down with us, done the same. And I gotta say, I really appreciate you guys falling in line with First Sky Omaha vibes. Like it makes all the difference. It makes me want to keep coming back on here and talking. It makes me want to keep coming back on here and having conversations with y'all. Hear what you guys got to say. Really, 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 really appreciate you guys for doing all that. And so thank you. I mean, that's really, I'm just full of gratitude on that. Just thank you.
Man.
Thank you for that. We want to continue to do that. We want to continue to do that everywhere. We'll definitely work on bringing on some team in season 6, do some moderating on First Sky Omaha, the Friends of First Sky Omaha page, so we can continue for that to be, sometimes we got to clean that page out too in order to keep it flowing. I suggest that everybody jump on that. That's where the conversation is happening when we're not live. Definitely go over to Friends of First Sky Omaha. If you ever feel like it's too negative over there, or there's reasons why you would decide not to participate, let me know, and we'll do what we can do to kind of even things out so that you can feel comfortable, just as comfortable as you are chat chiming here, being over there and doing the same thing. So that's all I'll say on that. I just really, really appreciate everybody's level of conversation and respect and willingness to learn, willingness to greet each other, and to meet each other that way. And for those of you that aren't black, now you learn something about the black community. A lot of us got taught. You walk up to a black person. I was walking with somebody white the other day, as a matter of fact, and a black man walked by me. I gave him the nod. He gave me the nod. And she said, did you know him? No. Grandpa said, say hi to every black man walking by.
Mm-hmm.
Show respect to every black woman walking by. Like, we're all dealing with a thing without having to talk about it. Just being black and being in this country, we're all dealing with the thing. So that gives us a connection. It's a hard thing to be connected by, but it gives us a connection that a level of understanding where we can be cool, we can say what we want to say, feel how we want to feel, because we know that they do too. And then once we show each other that respect, we can get together and then disagree on how to deal with the problems that we have. But we all have the same problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I love it. I love it. I love it. And you guys being on the chat, and you guys dealing with us and vibing with us the way that we have, you've given me language to be able to go out and speak with people. I learn from you guys. I learn from Buddy all the time on how to go out and speak to people. And remember, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we have respect. We put some respect on their name on our minds. And that permeates my week. That permeates my week because we do it that regularly here on the show.
Man, I'll put it in this perspective for me. Again, I speak about my membership of the More Science Temple, and my studying of that body of knowledge, that viewpoint, and they central to that viewpoint is 5 pillars: love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Those are the 5 principles that we stand on, and love being first. That's that respect politics that you're getting to. And I always feel like those 5 principles have a relationship, and in the fact that love has to come first. You have to put love first, because without love, then the defense mechanisms go up and you can never get to the truth.
Real.
And if you can never get to the truth, then you can never find peace. And if you can never find peace, then you'll never have freedom and you'll never have justice. So we got to put love first. We got to have respect first. We got to, all that BS, we got to put that out the window first and meet each other on a human God, recognize the God within each other. Start at that level and we'll figure the rest out.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you putting it that way. That's where we're coming from for sure. When you say that kind of stuff, the first time I ever heard that kind of language was in hip hop back in the day. Rakim, the RZA. The first time I ever heard about any of the knowledge of self, anything that I ever came across with any of that kind of stuff that actually matched how I was raised and what I was taught and everything too, and really resonated with me because of that was through hip hop. Was me hearing it on rap songs. Poor Righteous Teachers. And I come from the era of that Daisy Age era, from that native tongues era, from the era where they spoke on these things all the time and they always addressed each other with respect. In public, I'm sure everybody had beefs and stuff behind the scenes, but they still very much so. That was we all human. We gonna have that, but we also can start from a premise, and the premise is, like you said, everybody's gods. Let's recognize the God in each other first.
So I'm Buddi3 Da Gawd.
He's Buddi3 Da Gawd, and I'm Paul B. the Dove, trying to spread peace all over the place as well. And hopefully, we can spread a little peace with you guys when we do this 3 days a week. Something else we want to been talking about coming up. We got a couple more seasons that we're talking about doing some major changing after the season, and we want to know. We always put this out there like every end of the season too. If we came back next season with a different schedule, what would that look like? Are you guys really dead set on the morning? Does the mornings help? Do you have more time to engage in the evenings after work? Is it a lunchtime live type of situation where we need to be doing it around lunchtime for you to kind of break off and do that? Is 2 hours too much? Should we consolidate things to an hour? Should we have 2 hours still, but kind of spread it out during the week or something like that? Like, let us know about where you at. I'm talking to chat chimers right now. Especially the chat chimers are the ones that engage. The people that engage, we call you. We have to discuss with our co-hosts whether or not we need to change schedule up. How does the schedule still work for you guys? We're always entertaining, doing different things. Me and Buddy are the kind of cats that use our mornings in order to get our heads straight about stuff, and it'd be nice to have some mornings again. And have a regular schedule for our mornings. Kind of get up pretty early to do this show. So sometimes we entertain the thought of doing it maybe later in the day or something like that. We kind of put it out there. If we were to change, what would be your suggestions? Gwen Easter's already chiming up. Judy Princess says morning. Marlon Harrison says mornings are better for me. Let's see. Wherever Errol's Pro says, wherever you go, I'll find you. Heard that. Gwen Easter said, I love the 2 hours. Wanda Lewis says, I like where it is and what it's doing. Okay. Mama God says, no, keep 2 hours in the AM. Okay.
Oh, okay. The people are speaking, man. The people are speaking.
Yeah, appreciate that. Miss Erica Fell says, now that I'm reopening, mornings can be tricky, but afternoon is impossible. Okay. So getting the day started. I'm with that. I'm with that for sure. I appreciate that. Appreciate the feedback on that. Everybody else who's listening, all the chat chimers, chime in on that. Let's take a little survey. We definitely gonna be doing a little survey taking and stuff like that coming up season 6 as well. Like I said, season 6 is going to be still about discussion, but more about actionable items, feet on the ground, support, building out the team to put more media out, making collaborations happen. I'm very excited about what's going on Omaha Star, and I'm trying to. My wheels are turning on how to collaborate with Ms. Sanders. So a lot that can be done here, and we're definitely working on doing that. But we definitely need to quit lollygagging on building the team out to help for that.
Man, because we need it. We definitely need it.
For sure. Ariel Sports 2 says, change. When you have a message, look at the camera. Do the fingers to each other like Morris Day and Jerome.
What fingers he talking about?
They do a little hand shaking like that.
Oh, okay. I try to pass the wave.
Yeah. Wait. Go backwards on that. And so next time, like if I have something to say, I guess I'm gonna look in the camera. Message.
Hey.
I hear you, man. I keep coming with these suggestions. That's what's up. Love it. Vicky Young said, "In the morning," has a ring to it. For real, man. You can the
Man,
melody.
come on, man.
That's what he says. Marion Williams says, "I like mornings, but we'll find a way to catch the show regardless." Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much. All right, yeah, cool. So yeah, a little housekeeping. There's 9 o'clock, and you know how we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it a little loose today. We'll still talk about a few little haps if you don't mind hanging with us a little longer. Because we wanted to be able to have this conversation, talk about these things, about what next season is going to bring. Wrap up this season. This season has been about dream work, teamwork makes the dream work. And we've been talking about how teaming up and can help. The whole conversation we have about coming with respect when we speak to each other in order to have this conversation that lends towards teamwork. And get to the dream if you don't have the team. So all these things we're talking about is what's happening here. We teamed up with brother Terrell McKinney and brother Justin Wayne, senators, and also with Kimra Snipes and Precious McKesson, leaders in our community. We teamed up with news organizations like the Reader, Flatwater Free Press, Nebraska Examiner this season. Unfortunately, the Reader is ending, but the partnerships are continuing. So that's what's up. We also we are working with Flatwater and an individual called Dr. Z. I like to call her on some training. We're trying to do some training here coming up for journalists. So there'll be some announcements on those things. Just stay tuned on the Facebook page, of course, and then we'll be dropping our new website here very shortly as well. Stay tuned on YouTube and Facebook to hear when that's happening. So that's what's up. Miss Erica Fell says, great show. I look forward to seeing everyone at the kickback. Get at me for Domino's, drink water, check your health, direct your wealth, and be good to yourselves. Thank you. I appreciate that. Glenisha says, what time is it for Sky Omaha? What time is it? I know what you're getting at. And Morris Day and Jerome. Okay. Patterson says, I say later in the morning, 9 a.m. or after 5 p.m. Okay, we got one different opinion right there. I like that.
Okay.
Definitely keep that in mind for sure. Appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, man. So that's about it. I think, like I said, I just kind of wanted to recap a little bit about what we were doing this time around. I think we have some people that we can be reaching out to over the break and building that team. 6 is about feet on the ground support, earthly support. I think about it like this. Like everybody who knows me knows that I have an organization called People in the Sevens, and that seven's brain is the brain that's coming with the creativity, the higher thought, the higher learning. That's what that is all about to me. The number 7 being an earthly and spiritual completeness number. Number 6, for a long time had a lot of negative connotation until I decided to reject that premise. To me, there is no 7s without 6s. 6s are the people that are not necessarily always the artists or the dreamers, but the ones that are make the schedules and deal with the infrastructure, deal with the what do you call that? They're the ones that make the plan, that put the plans in motion, break things down to steps so that we can get to the next level. You can't have that anything that you have dreamed out without that serious individual who is facilitating this thing, who is working out the logistics of the thing. That comes with groups, that comes with entities that we try to build, like First Sky Omaha Corporation. That's a team thing as well. We can say, hey, we love to have a show, but then you got individuals, chat chimers like Amy Huffless that comes in and says, okay, well, if you're trying to have the show, what's the date? Where are we going to do this at? You know what I'm saying? Like to us, season 6 is about building out all those individuals and those peoples and those teams, and putting people where they thrive, so that all of it can work, so that the ideas that we come up with can be executed with efficiency. With people who are bringing funds are part of that team as well. The funding is part of the support, is part of the way that happens. I mean, that's what it's all about. And we realized that we were coming up on that we built the family, we built the team here in season 5, and now season 6 is about putting family in motion.
Yeah, activating.
So that's what it is. I always think about, I come from California, and if you come from California, then you're just naturally a Disney cat, Disneyland dude. And so I think in terms of that, man, Walt Disney was the dreamer. He's the one that said, "Hey, I drew this cartoon, and now I want to build a whole land called Disneyland based on all my creations." Well, he was the 7. He was the one that was the dreamer. He was out there. It's kind of hard. You guys know how it is as artists. It's hard to be the person that comes up with the loot for the art and be the artist at the same time. So artists usually have agents. Artists usually have managers. Artists usually have these sixes, these cats we call sixes, that are supporting, that find the support, find the infrastructure for you to go do what you're trying to do. And separate that. Those of us that have been trying to raise our own funds and do our own art have been, it's either takes a really long time to get there or not very successful at doing it, because it's really 2 different kinds of brains. It's 2 different kinds of minds. So Walt Disney had a brother named Roy Disney, and he was the cat that was not the dreamer. He was the cat that was the pragmatic, practical cat that would okay, well then how much money do you need to do this? Well, I need $55 million. Okay, well, let me go figure out how to get it. And Roy would go get it. By any means necessary, he would go get it. So in order to fund the dream. So and that in turn, you would adopt the dream. Walt's dream became his dream because what he was doing was facilitating that dream. And so I always look at that. I always see that happening in society too. Like I'll have an idea to do a thing, then somebody will help me put feet on the ground to make that thing happen. Might have not have been something I could do because I'm too busy on the big picture thought and making the connections and trying to build the family and bring the people together and all that. So I've always loved and appreciated the people that were the facilitators. I call them magicians. They make something out of nothing for real.
Make it
happen, bro. They make something out of nothing for real. So, I think of people like Amy Ryan, who owns the Benson Theater. She owned the pizza shop first. She was sitting at the pizza shop looking at that building, dreaming, and then proceeded to get that big picture in her head, started making a plan, doing a thing, putting the art to it, and then went around and talked to different people that helped her facilitate that, and different families in town that brought money to that project and made that thing happen, build it from the ground up. Can't happen you got to have both. You got to have both. So I feel like we've been on this trek of building this thing out, filling this thing out, working with you guys, building out this conversation, making it happen, making this big picture of what we're trying to do happen, which is all get on the same page, which is have conversations, which is build a family, which is build some knowledge, which is make some change. Those have been what we've been trying to do. We've been building up different kinds of people all around. There's people that are dreaming with us, and there's people that are feet on the ground saying, well, just give me the list and so let me do it. Like, all right, cool. We're gonna put that together in season 6. That's what that's all about. So just wanted to make that clear. Really want to I'm glad that we're setting an intention for what's going to happen in season 6. And there you go. Tonight Passion, all artists need engineers.
Man, that's a great way to put it.
Great way to put it. So thank you very much for bearing with us through this journey, because that's what we're trying to do, man. We have some glimpses of what we can get done around here and how we can support people that are in the legislature, how we can support people that are supporting neighborhoods, how we can be the neighborhood. And really appreciate that you guys are here with this journey for sure. Wanda Lewis says, for the Chat Chambers kickback, we will need to take in consideration the venue regarding type of music, variety of food, what beverages to include, and last but not least, donations. See, there you go. That's a facilitator right there. She already made the list of what needs to happen on that time frame. So shout out to her. Shout out to Amy Hutflis, who is also helping with that. We'll be talking about locking down the spot so we can get that going. Shout out to Brother Mayor Sanchez, who before we even asked anybody to start bringing food out, he brought food out on his own. Last Chat Chambers kickback. These are facilitators, bro. Facilitators. So I'm happy to share in the dream with y'all in a big way and I can't wait to make this happen. So that's what's up, man. And those are the words I got to say, buddy. I want to leave you some space and time. Say what's on your heart and mind real quick before we jump into some of these haps. But how you feeling over there?
Man, I mean, I agree. I'm ditto to everything you said, man. Ditto to everything you said, tonight, Patterson. As the chat chimers always have a way to do, kind of just wrapping up everything we're trying to articulate in a few simple words. Again, all artists need engineers, man. We need each other. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, it's going to be a continuation of teamwork, making the dream work. And you know, you kind of mentioned season 6, but season 7, once we get everyone activated and in line, we're going to hopefully grow and be able to do more artistic things. We talked about doing a 72 hour album challenge, which we teamed up with some local artists and kind of holed up in the studio for 3 days and created a studio or created an album over the course of 72 hours, and we recorded that and try to live stream it. Of course, the internet, Cox Cable, the internet issue was definitely a hindrance. But doing those types of projects, doing those types of things, and of course, weaving in the issues, weaving in the conversations that we've been talking about, the impactful things. Those are the things that we're definitely excited, and I'm personally looking forward to coming, reaching that point. And bringing everyone along with us, whether you just along for the ride to watch, or if you want to, help steer the thing. We appreciate all that's along with us, man. And just seeing the foundation that we built. Also, keep in mind, this is all organic. We have not done any real ad. This is real. Like this is a real community. You know what I mean? And people telling people about what we're doing, seeing what we're doing, liking what we're doing, and coming along. And again, we haven't even fully done what it is that we're trying to do, man. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So we really appreciate love, and really from the bottom of our heart, thank everybody that has helped us build this.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate those words for sure, man. We are the First Sky Omaha Neighborhood Association. I'm just gonna say,
man,
and it's the future. It's the area in which families and communities are going to be built online. This is futuristic work that's happening right here too. So everybody that's involved and seeing how you can be involved, see how your voice can be heard, seeing how we can still act as if we're speaking face to face with each other, even in chat. All that stuff is, to me, super futuristic. That's if you're gonna have a neighborhood association, we might get together more than most neighborhood associations get together. And it's not about, we're not bound by geography here. We're bound by what's going on in Omaha, and from different likes, different people, different areas of town, all these things, different economic statuses, age groups. This is something that we really might even maybe talk to Kimber, maybe talk to Precious about incorporating some kind of online situation for the neighborhood, for their neighborhood groups. They all get together in person still, but what about putting something together that can be that resembles the success that we're having here with this group, the First Sky Omaha Neighborhood Association group that we got going on here. So there's some things that we can do, and I really feel I'm glad that we're embracing the media. I'm glad that you're embracing the media. I'm glad that we figured out to be able to have conversations where you guys live, what you're looking at, your computer, your phone. This is where we get most of our news. This is where we have most of our discussion. And it just works out like that's what it is. Way more than us getting together physically. Getting together like on Chat Chimers, July 7th will be an anomaly. Once a year we get together. It makes it very special when we all can get together face to face that way, especially after we've been sharing our hearts through the keyboard here on the show as regular as we have. So that's what's up. Wanda Lewis says the best part of my day is waking up with First Sky. Food for thought for the rest of the day. Appreciate it. Well, that's all we was trying to make happen here. So
yeah, man. That's why the sky is first. The stars. It's not the limit. It's the floor.
Yep. Most definitely.
So let's keep going.
We're gonna go ahead and jump into a few haps before we get out of here. We appreciate you letting us go past 9:00 today. It's 9:14. If you believe in the concept of time, if you're hanging with us still a little bit longer, time for the haps.
What's happening? What's going down?
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's the house? What's happening?
Let's say what?
What's going down?
Yep, time for the haps. I want to throw out something right there. As a matter of fact, Miss Wanda Lewis said that we need to put this new flyer up, the grand opening for Dollhouse Fashions, which is going to be going down right there in the Deuce, 2310 North 24th Street, Suite 2. Grand opening is June 17th from 9 to 6. So, we'll be out there, man. We're going to be out there on the 17th in a big way.
Man.
So genius of you to go ahead and open your boutique there down there on the Deuce, Suite 2. She says it's called Dollhouse Fashions. Check it out. Women's Boutique grand opening June 17th from 9 to 6. She'll be open all day. Right across from Idle Vital. Idle Vital celebrating their 2-year anniversary is going down over there. 2nd year anniversary is happening from 10 to 8 over there as well. Appreciate that. Come Saturday, come celebrate with us. Idle Vital juice is vital. I gotta just tell you, it's like I can't go a week without going down a few times and getting hooked up. That's all there is. It's just like refreshing and just you feel good, like you've done something good for yourself, and it's tasty. And a lot of times I can't even taste the tropical fruits that I'm missing until I go down there and get some of it. Shout out to Idle Vital Living Food. It's going down. You know where that is on 24th Street as well. 2323 North 24th. It's going down.
The Deuce.
A lot of stuff happening there for sure. Really appreciate that. And of course, don't forget we're going to be down there all day anyway because of the Juneteenth Joy Fest. It's going to be huge. Poetry, music, and more. So much going on with Juneteenth Joy Fest. You can go to juneteenthjoyfest.com and check that out.
Man, I can just feel the vibrations, feel the energy. I could just see the sights of the Deuce tomorrow, man. It's gonna be very lively. I'm excited to see so many things happening. Just in the community, man. Y'all come up, show out, show
in a
up.
big way, bro. Just Saturday, June 17th. They'll be out there from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. So again, they'll be out there all day. Music, food, poetry, everything. They didn't put everything that's going on this flyer. They got a lot going on. Reggie LaFleur will be doing a mural out there, a live mural. Yeah, it's going down, man. It's space is the place on this. We're gonna be outer space on 24th in Ohio for sure. Juneteenth Joy Fest going down. Of course, there also is other events happening on that same day at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. Of course, the Freedomtainment presents the Omaha Freedom Festival. This is something else you could take the kids to here. Arts and crafts, carnival games, family fun, free food, free for all ages, from 12 to 5. So you got some time. You can go down there early and then go down and hit Juneteenth, the Joy Fest as well. They're not too far away from each other. So it's you can pop up at both places for sure. But after you get done doing this, then you might want to come out a little later on that night, a little date night or something like that going on, and check out Music Soul Child, who will be in the house, Life Jennings, and of course our own Angeline Timeless, which usually steals the show as far as I'm concerned.
Man.
Every time they open for these national cats, I'm like, yeah, but Angeline and them though, they
stage killers.
They kill it, bro. They kill it for sure. So shout out to we had Calvin Williams on talking about this. He's behind a lot of what's going on with Freedomtainment. He puts the ego aside and goes and gets the thing done, bro, and goes and collects the funds and whatever we need to get this thing going. So that's what's up, and we really appreciate him and his hard work on that. But yes, that night, and this is a ticketed event, so you have to go to OmahaFreedomFestival.com and get your tickets for that. Music Soul Child, Life Jennings, major names in R&B. It's going to be some grown folks fun over there at the Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. Definitely check that out that day as well. Really appreciate that. Also today, can't forget to talk about what's going on today, June 16th. It is the street naming ceremony happening at 3 o'clock on 21st and Clark. If you want to drive by, stop in, show some numbers there. I love it when they take the photos of these events and you look around the videos, you see so many people in the community out supporting. It makes a difference when you're standing there. It makes a difference for the photo op even. How many people came out and celebrated what was going on here. So for those of you that do not know, Vivian Strong on June 24th, 1969. Vivian Strong, a 14-year-old black girl, was killed in Omaha, Nebraska. She was shot in the back of her head by a white police officer without warning. The killing sparked 3 days of riots in Omaha black community, We call it an uprising that happened here, and you can still see the effects of it now in the Black community. There's still lots and places that burned down because of the fact that they had an uprising over that situation. And you think about today, what's changed? What's changed? They got a lot of pushback on this. Sherman Wells is another brother who we were going to try to have on before this season ended. And when we get together with Sherman, we will probably do a pop-up live stream with Sherman Wells so we can talk about what's going on here and keep on. Yeah, because there's a lot happening, not just with the Vivian Strong street naming and historical marker ceremony, but what's going on at what's the Bryant Center and everything else too. He's got a lot to talk about. That will be one that we'll do a special show on. Stay tuned for that. But also mark your calendar for the historical marker ceremony, July 28th at 11:30 on 24th and Blondell Street. That's what's up. We really appreciate that. On April 18th, 2023, the Omaha City Council unanimously approved the Vivian Strong naming North 21st Street between Clark and Paul Streets, which is where she died, which is where she was killed.
Yeah.
So there'll be a permanent marker there now for that. So we really appreciate all the work that Sherman Wells did. He found out that Vivian Strong was a member of his family. And that's how close knit, Omaha is. I still, same thing. I still find out about new people in my family all the time. You think you know everybody, but the family's deep over here in Omaha, Nebraska. There's a lot of deep family ties and history. And here's one of them that is real close to home, man. We all knew about this situation here, but now we have a friend of First Sky Omaha who found out this is their family member and then went into to making sure that everybody knows what happened. And get the street naming historical marker ceremony happening. So today, again, street naming ceremony is happening at 3:00, 21st and Clark. Go ahead, go support the fam on that, and make sure that you're out there if you can get off of work and do that. Make sure that you're there making it happen for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Appreciate that, everybody. Also, coming up here at the Benson Theater, Red Velvet Curtain open mic is happening June 22nd. That's a Thursday night from 8 to 11 featuring Johnny No Good. My man constantly impresses me with his artistry. The dude is a serious poet, serious rapper.
Yes.
That the poetry stuff that he does is so freaking powerful. It's just insane. Really love his work. And I just found out when talking to him over the other day that he does some photography and he has some art exhibits going on. He does the podcast. He's an artist, living, breathing artist doing some work out here and representing in a big way, and activism work as well. So
yeah.
So love it. He's one of my favorite artists out here in Omaha, Nebraska for sure. Featuring Johnny No Good at the Red Velvet Curtain open mic. June 22nd, 8 through 11. For those of you that know, the Red Velvet Curtain got the mic passed down from Verbal Gumbo, and so that's the monthly poetry event that's happening now, and it happens pretty much every third Thursday at the Benson Theater. So definitely check that out, bensontheater.org, and and this is actually a free event, no tickets for this, but check out when it happens on the website there, and then come check it out, man, and then bring your best poetry as well. This is an open mic. So bring your thing. Definitely come down, check it out. And I really appreciate everybody who has been supporting it thus far.
Man, yeah. Show up and support. Show up, show out.
Show up and show out. Also, of course, we cannot forget about the Father's Day Festival. It's happened on June 18th.
Yes.
6th annual Father's Day Festival, a celebration of fatherhood featuring In Vogue. Man. Melissa Morgan, of course, DJ Reggie C., and then it's going to be hosted by comedian Joshua El Stupo. Miss Erica Felt cracks me up. She says, I haven't been speaking on the fact that Don's not in Vogue anymore, but we'll see how it goes.
We're gonna leave that alone.
We'll leave it alone. But In Vogue is still doing their thing, as you can see, and I'm sure they're going to bring the fire show, because that's what kind of entertainers they are in the first place. Orpheum Theater, this is happening at. So you can go to ticketomaha.com. You know that means that's Omaha Performing Arts situation. If they can be at the Orpheum Theater, then man, they got all the support to make a really killer show happen. So you definitely want to check that out, and also support William King, 95.7 The Boss, that's putting on these fatherhood celebrations. Really appreciate him doing that. He's on the 6th one already, which is a trip,
man,
super trip.
Yeah, I remember when he started those back at Ralston. He used to hold them at the Ralston Arena, and now he's at Orpheum. Man, it's growing. Big shout out to Bill King.
Moving on up. That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it very much. And we don't know if we gonna make it, but we'll put this out there anyway, just in case. July 28th through the 30th, man, Blue Note Jazz Festival. We were there last year, and we're very seriously talking about going this year. Funds are low, so we don't know if we're gonna make that. We're still gonna keep on trying to make our LA and Atlanta connection, so we can bring some of these people here. Of course, you know, we go hang out over there because of Terrence Martin. Terrence Martin still has some ties here. His father Curly passed away this year. Rest in peace. But he still talks about coming out here and doing some things to honor his father and honor Omaha, and because that's how he feels about it. And so that shout out to him for even helping us get around out there and meet the folks that we meet and do the things we're trying to do. Trying to work on getting dinner party in town, bro. Trying to work on some stuff here.
If you haven't heard the new album, do yourself a favor.
Bro, what's wrong with you? That album, I bump that just about every day. Dinner party, the latest dinner party album, off the chain. Off the chain. Man. I'm gonna jump into the chat real quick. Has anybody got any haps there? Let's see. Wanda Lewis says, let's see. Oh, we already talked about that. Okay. Amy H. Dot says, appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for sure.
I did come across a hap before we get out of here. Apparently going down tomorrow. There's a lot of things happening tomorrow. But the Taste of Africa.
Oh. What?
Yeah. There's apparently a Taste of Africa Omaha going down at the Step Center. That's out in La Vista, 11730 Peel Circle, La Vista at the Step Center. 117.
Taste of Omaha. Taste of Africa.
Omaha.
Bro, I will say this. Omaha, Nebraska has some of the most diverse and delicious African cuisine in about any city I've ever lived in, bro. I went back to California the last time looking for African food and couldn't find as much African food as we got here in Omaha.
Really?
Yes. It's off the chain. Like there's so many restaurants that are off the chain. Yeah. Anyway, I saw we ran to Brother Jamil was the one who put the food out for the Black Futurist event that just happened at the Luminarium.
Okay.
So when I walked in and seen him, I was like, "Oh, where the food at?" Because I know you threw down today. You put it down, and he did. It went down. So shout out to all of our African cuisine here in the city, man. You guys are missing out if you don't get down with it. It's all over the place. These restaurants are all over the place. West Side, Central Omaha, proper, like everywhere. Really a trip to find out how much diverse food is out here. And Ethiopian food. We got some of the most killer Ethiopian food restaurants in anywhere. Something else. So definitely check it out. And I'm glad you mentioned that one. Go check out Taste of Omaha that's happening tomorrow if you happen to get out.
Yeah, again, that's at the Step Center. It's going down tomorrow.
Lots going on.
Pretty much all day, pretty much inside and outside. So a lot of vendors. But yeah, whatever you do, make sure you get out, take care of yourselves. I really don't have much more. I don't know what you got, Paul.
Just the last one. Just remind people, get your tickets, because I don't think George Clinton is going to be doing too much more touring after this year. He's going to be at the Steelhouse September 17th. Get your tickets early. We'll see you there for sure. So with that said, man, I think that's it for the haps. We will definitely keep on throwing haps in Friends of First Sky Omaha over the break. So we'll keep up there. We'll definitely keep up there. Mama God said okra African restaurant. Yeah, okra's off the chain.
Yeah, fire.
Come on, man. Marianne Williams says great season, First Sky. We'll miss you on the break. Yeah, I'll miss you guys too. We'll still be around.
Oh, yeah,
doing some things.
July 7th, come through, pull up. We'll let you know. Look out for details.
Yeah, man. Pop says season 5 has been off the chain. Thank you for all you do. Looking forward to season 6. Much love to you and to the whole First Sky fam. See you in July. Right on, Pop.
Yeah.
Amy H. Dot says, I think the parade starts 10 a.m. tomorrow as well. Juneteenth parade is going down. There's just too much to talk about, man. Too much happening. Get your rest tonight. Drink your water, get your rest, go to bed early. Because you're going to try to hop around tomorrow to everything, then you're going to be on the move for real. Oh, Najee, that's right. Saxophone extraordinaire Najee is going to be here in July as well. I forgot about that show. That's what's up, Mama God. That's great. Okay. Yeah, man, major names, major artists here. Miss Erica Fell says, I'll be there. We can ride together because I have a parking pass. That's what's up.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah, where you talking about going tomorrow? Where you going to be at?
Where you got to ride? Where you got parking pass at?
She said we need more Caribbean, Jamaican, West Indies food. I agree.
Hey, I'm with it. Oxtails, rice and peas, plantain.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And cocoa bread.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
man.
because I'm hungry now. See, you messed me up. I'm supposed to go to work. I'm gonna go to breakfast first.
Hey.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Appreciate you letting us go late as well today. I'm gonna miss y'all too. Can't wait till tomorrow. Oh, Parliament. Yeah, that's what's up.
Okay. Yeah,
George
it's going
Clinton,
down September 17th.
Love it. I love it.
But we'll be back July 17th. Speaking of that.
Oh yeah. Somebody asked when we're coming back. Yeah, July 17th. We usually take the last half of June off and the first part of July off, and we usually try to have an event on the 7th. And we will try to establish that. So we'll definitely have that. Stay tuned for where that's going to be at. We will definitely put that out there for y'all as soon as we get that. But I can't wait to see you guys in person, man. I think it'll be really fun. Really fun.
Yes.
So that's it, man. Thank you very much for joining us. I guess we're gonna get out of here, buddy. You good?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's a good way to end the season, man. Again, we appreciate you. We love you. Y'all take care of each other. Enjoy your 4th of July if you celebrate that. Enjoy Juneteenth. You better celebrate that.
The real Independence Day.
That part. In the meantime, in between time, man. Until next time, we love you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Peace.
I want to give a shout out to the Omaha tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. I want to give a shout out to our elders for allowing us to speak before them. And shout out to you, the Chad Chimers, allowing us to speak with you. That's what this is all about. We really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who is a reoccurring member and sponsor of the channel as well. The $10 people, the $25 people, the $50 people. Thank you so much for being a reoccurring member and allowing us to really push and keep this thing moving and going. That's the only way we can do that. And we're going to step things up next season and really try to bring you some value, and more perks for your membership, and also expand the membership. So thank you so much for that. We could not do this without you, and we really appreciate you very much. Definitely check out Friends of First Sky Omaha, the page. Also, you can watch back episodes on YouTube. Join the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, all those good things. And definitely go to the website and check out firstskyOmaha.com. Hit the listen button and check out the radio channel as well. We're building things out there. And stay tuned for a video channel coming. So lots in the works. Until then, take care of yourselves. We'll see you next season. We'll see you before that, but we'll see you next season. We're out of here. Peace.
By the way, Vanguard. This is protected by the red